right, let's go to work. Welcome to Fighting Patriot Football via YouTube on JohnCurtisPatriots.com. This year, John Curtis Christian School is celebrating 56 years of excellence and, as always, continuing to build champions for life. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's broadcast of Fighting Patriot Football, alongside fellow John Curtis Christian alums Robbie Utzer, who will be producing tonight's broadcast, and who's actually working a little overtime as we had a 25-minute lightning delay. That's why we are delayed, obviously, tonight. My partner and good friend, Danny Wimprine. I'm Kevin Fayard, and finally we will have Gordon Abear on the sideline with us tonight, giving us some live updates during the game. Tonight's broadcast, pregame, is sponsored by Proud Yogi's Bears, Walter and Bill Sanchez, class of 1977, and younger brother Chris Sanchez, class of 1980. Proud Yogi's Bears, proud sponsors of Fighting Patriot Football. Tonight, the Patriots from John Curtis Christian School in River Ridge, Louisiana, with a record of 2 wins and 0 losses, are ranked number 1 in the Class 5A poll by the Louisiana Sports Writers Association, take on the Parkview Baptist Eagles, who entered tonight's ball game with a record of 0 wins and 2 losses. Last week, the Patriots beat the Bishop Lynch Friars by the score of 21-14, and Parkview Baptist lost to East Ascension 33-23. Danny, with the Catholic League opener 1 week away, the Patriots have an opportunity tonight to get good quarterback Colin Guggenheim into game shape, as he sat out the first game and played pretty much 20 snaps last week in Shreveport. And it's also an opportunity for the Patriots to put a full 4 quarters of football together.
Well, that's what it's all about, Kevin. It's, there is a definite difference when you have a defined leader on the field. And, we'll talk about Colin all year this year, how he's a great leader since junior season. We're looking forward to watching him progress throughout the season. But it's just nice to have him back on the field. Austin did a great job while he was out, managing the game as a second-string quarterback. But there's something to be said about having your guy, your gunslinger, the guy that can run the offense, the guy that could really be one of the best threats in the backfield in the state of Louisiana while he's in there at quarterback. So it's nice to have him back out here. But this has been a great place for us to play. It's been, I hate to call it a rivalry. It hasn't really been a rivalry, but just a good program that you could come up here to Baton Rouge every year and have a consistent ball game with some kids that are really good competitors. They're going to go out there, they're going to give you their all, and they're going to compete for 4 quarters. So it's been a good matchup for us the last few years.
He wants to switch around real quick. Pardon us if you watch us on the live broadcast. We got the new graphics, but we're a little delayed here. We had a 25-minute lightning delay, so that got us behind the 8 ball a little bit. If you guys are watching this on the live broadcast, send us a text at 504-259-7690. Give us your name and location. We'll give you a shout-out. And we've already got a couple here. Looks like Jeff Bonet, class of 95. He's always watching us from Ponchatoula. And Big Barry, he's listening to us back home. Not the hunting camp in Winfield, but one day he's going to take us out there for a little hog hunt. So go Patriots, and we appreciate you, Barry. And also, looks like we got Malcolm Ogeron reaching out to us from the Breaux Bridge area.
Donald Fallbacker checking in with me on text.
Yep. I got to step away again for the 3rd consecutive week, and it's really been bizarre this 2018 year. I don't think I've ever in my 38 years associated with John Curtis Christian School have seen so many members of the Patriot family pass away in one school year. Thoughts and prayers go out to the Champagne family. Roger Champagne, class of 1984, passed away a week ago today in his sleep peacefully. And just want to give our thoughts and prayers out to their family. Roger, for all those who don't know, was on the very first state baseball championship in 1982. In our football state championship in 83, and he was in class of 84. So I just want to reach out to the Champagne family, tell our thoughts and prayers are with you guys, and just add this little prayer. Eternal rest grant to Roger, O Lord, and let the perpetual light shine upon him.
Our middle school swimmers,
may his soul, through the mercy of God, rest in peace.
And managed to just make it back in time.
Danny, this is the 4th consecutive year we've been here in Baton Rouge. 2 years ago was a home game. We decided to let them have the home game here.
Please join me in giving
real nice facility. And it's really a great place to play high school football, and it kind of gives the kids a chance to get what playoff experience will be like.
It really is. I mean, as you look around this camp, it's a first-class facility. We had the lightning delay. The kids were able to go into a gym. Nice, safe place, air conditioned, looks great. They're able to stretch, get some warm-ups done, be able to get back out here on the field. And it's not going to take us long to get ready to start playing this game.
No.
We've got about 11 minutes left here before we kick it off. But, of course, it was kind of bringing back some memories of that old, was that Warren Landry Walker a couple
2 years ago?
Goodness gracious. Yeah. I said, Lord, please, do not give us a 2-hour delay, please, because we're ready to call the football game and get out of Baton Rouge.
I was thinking the same thing. Now we're right at 10 minutes before opening kickoff, so the boys are still on the field. They go in the locker room, they come back out. 2 years ago, what Danny's referring to was the season opener at Bernalino against Landy Walker, and as the teams were doing a pregame warm-up, a lightning came down. And every time you have a lightning delay or lightning bolt, there's like a 25-minute or 30-minute delay added to it.
Yep.
Well, 2 hours and 15 minutes later, we finally got the kickoff, and it was a 2.5-hour ball game. It was our longest broadcast. We were a little bit over 5 hours. If we were able to find enough to talk about in that 2 hours and 15 minutes, if we were delayed 10 extra minutes tonight, I think we could do it.
This guy talked the horns off a goat, so we'll be okay.
2 goats.
Yeah, that's right. But no, it's you said it. It's a great opportunity for us to come up to Baton Rouge, have a nice football game. Hopefully, we get out of here with a win, keep everybody healthy, and get back on it next week. But Parkview Baptist historically, and especially a few years ago, had a heck of a ball club. They're starting to rebuild now. But a couple years ago, they were competing for the 3A state championship each and every year.
Well, here's my concern, my thoughts on the ball game. As I mentioned, we want to get Colin some game shape, but we need to put full quarters of football.
That's right. Haven't done it.
My personal opinion, and it's happened in recent years, but it seems like so far between 2 games, we've gotten some nice leads, but can't hold it. We're not choking people out like we once did. It's almost as if we have ADD. I would like to, not taking Parkview Baptist lightly, but they're not as strong as they have been in recent years.
Right.
Here's an opportunity for us to go out, establish dominance from the get-go, and maybe later on in the game put some younger guys in the game, but not go through that lull in the second, third quarter.
Well, you're exactly right. And here's the difference. As a starter, you and I played, Robbie played. As you get into the second and third quarter, you get excited to see some of those younger kids get in the game. Those younger kids get even more excited to kind of get some of those butterflies, to get in the game, get to be on film, get corrected the next day. You want to be seen too. So it's a great opportunity for you to get out the game, everybody finish up healthy, put them away, and then those younger kids got to come in and compete too. They're still fighting for jobs. They're still fighting for positions. So, and it just helps for depth. You don't ever know what's going to happen throughout the course of a season. If somebody's going to get hurt, if somebody's going to go down, you have to step up and play a little more. So we like for that opportunity. I don't know if tonight's going to be like that. It might be a battle all the way down till the strike zero. But if we have the opportunity, like you said, we want to be able to stomp them out early and go back to New Orleans.
Since we have some extra time, let's talk about the silver lining in Guggenheim's injury. Austin McCready has had to play and has done well in his short he played the whole game against Landy Walker and about half the game against Bishop Lynch. Defensively, Barfield has been playing like a man possessed, and Angelo is finally becoming a player and dominant player that we thought he could be as a freshman, sophomore.
Well, to me, he's always been a dominant player. The thing about it now is people are understanding how dominant he is. So he's going to get double-teamed all the time. So he's got to find a way to get off of those blocks, to continue to work, to continue to get stronger, faster, do the things that he can do. But it's going to open up opportunities for the other guys to be able to have one-on-one matchups to get after the quarterback. Ogeron's going to be back next week.
Right.
So we're going to see really the full defense kicking off, getting into the stride as really the beginning of the season's kind of starting to get geared up. Austin McCready did a good job for us. As a second-string quarterback, that's all you really ask for is a guy to be a game manager. Handle the game. Don't lose the game. Let's methodically make first downs. Let the defense win it. Special teams, let's go to work. But you want to be able to score. Last week was a little bit of a disappointment. You talk about turning the ball over. We can't have that. It was unacceptable the way that we put the ball on the ground last week. Second half, we didn't really do much at all. It was disappointing. Special teams, got to continue to get better. We're never satisfied with special teams because historically we've always been good at it. So let's continue to get better there. But we're looking forward to the night being a real clean ball game. Let's get in and get out.
Again, I want to thank our pregame sponsor, Walter and Bill Sanchez, class of 1977, and younger brother Chris Sanchez, class of 1980. Proud Yogi's Bears, proud sponsors of Fighting Patriot Football. And that's actually a good lead-in because we try to do our Parade of Champions interview at halftime. We got away from it last week because we're in Shreveport and not everybody traveled. But special treat, Walter Sanchez, who I just mentioned a second ago, who was an offensive guard, all-state guard on the very first state championship team in 1975. Yeah. Graduating class of 77. He's an attorney, successful attorney in Lake Charles. He's going to come up and talk to us, and I want you guys to pay attention and stay around at halftime because, one, he's a great guy, great Patriot. He's supported the Patriots since he, since he graduated law school financially, and then, of course, was our first sponsor in 2013. Yeah, that's right. Yep. And does a great job. But I want you to hear his story and talk about what Coach JT meant to him and still means to him, and what Coach Rob meant to him. He's got a good story. I'm very grateful that he was able to visit his daughters here in Baton Rouge and have the time to come visit us. We saw him a little bit during the lightning delay, but it's going to be awesome to talk to him at halftime.
Well, Kevin calls him the ghost of Patriots past. We were first able to do that Parade of Champions when it was Coach JT's 500th victory, and we had a lot of guys that came back. And for me, growing up as a young kid, Kevin, Robbie, some other guys, you heard these names and you start to understand a little bit of the Curtis legacy that was the foundation that was built before we got there. And to see some of these guys and to hear the names and to understand them, it was a great opportunity for us to meet them. Right. Kevin and I didn't know Kevin 10 years ago, really. Right. I knew his name. I didn't know him. Now he's one of my best friends.
Yep.
Walt, we barely knew him until Coach JT had his
the roast.
The roast.
Yeah.
And then Walt
got sick
and Kevin have developed, and now, but
Yep.
you said it. You chew the same dirt.
Yeah.
You know the same stories. You play for the same coaches, but it's all a heck of a lot of fun. So Walt's going to come up with us here at halftime, talk to us a little bit about it. But that's the Parade of Champions. Yes, stay tuned with us. But and it's something that we're going to try to do each and every week when we find somebody or when we have the opportunity to be in a good spot to be able to do it. It's kind of hard when you go to a place like Muspertolino.
Right.
To have people climb up into the press box. This is a beautiful place at Parkview Baptist. Come right up here and have an interview with us. So, yeah, you guys stay tuned with us.
We're about 4 minutes to go before kickoff. Actually, the Patriots are not going to go into the locker room. They're going to do their pregame huddle. I'm looking at them right now behind the goalpost. Kind of like what we did. We didn't have locker rooms even on the road, so we just stayed out in the elements, so to speak, and did it. We'll give a shout out to Mike Maples. He's listened to us from the North Shore. We appreciate you, Mike, for all that you do in support of the Patriots. And
just so the people know, we did not have any rain. So we did have a lightning delay. It was 25 minutes. They had a big dark cloud kind of coming out the back over the football field here, but really we didn't have a drop of rain. So it's nice and dry. Hopefully it continues to blow out of here. And but yeah, we're kicking off in about 3 minutes here, and it's going to be a nice, beautiful night on a Friday in the fall.
I want to give a shout out to David Gilmore, who was also on that first state championship team back in 1975. Give us a shout out. We appreciate you, David, for always being loyal as well.
Yes, sir.
And I always encourage the current Patriots to get to know all the guys before them, because those are the ones who planted the oak tree, the acorn that's now the oak tree that we consider Patriot football, right? More specifically, the guys in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
They really went through the hard times because, they started in 69 with Coach J. Now, we had football before them, but when Coach J took over in 69, we were 0-10. And the guys made a commitment after the 74 season and took off from 75 to where we are now. But the stories they tell, we can't tell them on the air. A lot of them are pretty colorful. But I always encourage the guys to meet those guys, because those are the ones who started the traditions that we still enjoy today. But really just to get to know them as people, but also to listen to the stories, because things happened back in the 70s that you could never happen today. That you might have to call Walt Sanchez, a defense attorney, and say, hey, Walt, I need some help.
Exactly, right.
Different times, different eras. But you listen to these stories, you can't help but bust a gut laughing.
Well, think about, you talk about the old, we're full of P&V, right? Well, so were those guys. They started coaching when they were in their 30s. That's my age. I can't imagine being out here with these kids, not wringing somebody's neck or just going crazy. We talk about it all the time, But, that's the way it was. So it's funny to hear some of these old guys' stories, like David Gilmore. David's his third generation now at John Curtis. He's got his granddaughter, Sophie. I was so disappointed that she wasn't in Madden's class this year. But, yeah. Well, and Swayze's in another. Yeah, Swayze's right behind them. So, but it's nice to, the third generation, and they're going to be able to grow up and kind of hear from Grandpa and from Dad, and also start to understand those stories and be part of the legacy also.
Well, here's another shout out to another first-time state champion in 1975, Glenn Tapman. He's just checking in on my phone here. Appreciate you being a loyal listener as well. And that's another guy too, like David. You want to talk about a gentleman who has a wealth of Patriot football knowledge. Good talk to David Tapman. I mean, Glenn Tapman. He's knows everything, and it's pretty good. And he can add to some of the stories. But I think one of the funniest stories, though, was after we did the 40th celebration of the 75 team in 2015. Went back to the school and had a little ceremony there. And Walt and Bill and a couple of guys, we went to dinner. We ran into Joey Galloway and Lenny Dubrock. And they came, Lenny and Glenn and Joe came to our table. And the stories that Lenny told, we were all laughing.
He's a funny guy, period, but he had some good stories.
I mean, it was like comedy hour. I mean, I would pay for that kind of entertainment. That's how good it was. So I'm not lying. When I say the guys in the 70s have the best stories, we can do it. We're about just under a minute to go. The Patriots are in the, get my bearings here, we're in the south end zone to our left. And they're all traditional white uniforms. Now, if you didn't, of course, it was audio only. Last week you didn't see traditional JC Christian logo. White jerseys, white pants, but the new uniforms this year from Nike. And let's toss it down to Gordon and Coach JT and the boys behind the run-through.
no different. Focus in, win, right? What's important now? First play, physical. Let's go get him.
And here come your Fighting Patriots of John Curtis Christian School as they take the west sideline. We are here on the east side of the stadium, and Parkview Baptist in their red helmets. We got black jerseys and black pants, and of course the Patriots in all white. And we are seconds away from the kickoff.
I tell you what, Kevin, it's just, we've been here for 4 years now, and seeing the sun set in the background and this beautifully turfed field, great facility. It's just an awesome place to play. They have a beautiful baseball field to our right. Yeah, what a nice school. What a great what a great opportunity for us to get up here in Baton Rouge and play a very competitive Parkview Baptist team.
Just want to give a shout out to a classmate of mine, Jason Freeman, who lives in the Baton Rouge area, and unfortunately because of the delay, we're going to try to talk to him before the game, but just a second ago he just wanted to give us a little dap. So I appreciate him being a loyal listener and for showing up tonight.
Ryan Esteves checking in from Bobby Seafood. They got the grill popping out there. They're out by the RV and got us tuned in. We saw our faces on the big screen out there, so thanks, Ryan, for checking in.
Yep.
Now we saw your boy out here earlier in the end zone while these guys were warming up.
Captains are going to the middle of the field.
Good-looking crowd out here tonight, Kevin.
Very.
Tell you what, these people really show up and support, and it is
Captains for the Patriots.
bring a lot of people to put them in the stands.
Number 44, Jake Barfield.
All right, the captains for the Patriots, number 84, Blake
Number 86,
Trujillo. Number 44,
Curtis.
Jaden Barfield.
Captains for the Eagles, number 11,
And number 86,
Colton
Tyrone
Kingsville.
Curtis.
Number 90, Hunter Wasco. Number 16, Pete Warren. And number 18, Malik Abraham.
Tell you what, Barfield really looks the part too. You know, last year he looked the part, he didn't play the part. This year he's playing the part. Very proud of him and the time that he put in, the effort that he put in to get a lot better. He's 6'1", I think he's probably about 6'2". He's about 250-pound senior linebacker, and he's played well sideline to sideline, getting after the ball. And yeah, here we go.
Well, the Patriots defense actually won the toss, so they elected to defer. So we're actually going to receive. I think they heard about how tough our Patriot defense is, and they said, I don't want none of that.
Ladies
I'll take it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Would you please
Kick us to the ball.
And they want to know if that quarterback's back on the field. Guess what? He is.
We're going to pause for an invocation to play the national anthem.
Pack 205 with Logan McBride and Trevor Wilfong presenting our nation's colors as the Parkview Baptist Marching Band performs our national anthem.
Pray with me, please. Dear Heavenly Father, we just come before you now, Lord, and we just ask that your presence be in this building tonight, Father. We ask that you will allow us to show the talents and the gifts that you've given each one of these students.
That's good.
That you'll bless their effort and provide protections on both sides of the ball, Father. Lord, we just ask a special blessing on those families that have been affected by the hurricane. We ask for them to have provisions. Lord, and as followers of your, let us be the hands and feet for your people as they walk through the suffering in North Carolina. Father, I ask these things in your Son's precious, holy, powerful, and wonderful name, in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Welcome back to Fighting Patriots Football on JohnCurtisPatriots.com via YouTube alongside Danny Wimpron and Kevin Fayard. We are seconds away from kicking off. A couple more shouts. Matt Jane gives us a shout out. He's still down in Puerto Rico. Said he tried to watch last week, but got his audio only, so appreciate you. And of course, Chad Faubacher, Class of 02.
There you go.
Checking in as well.
What's up, boys?
Thank you, guys. And we need to get our passport stamp. We've had Puerto Rico, the Caribbean, Mediterranean, Israel. Help me out. There was someplace that was also exotic. Santa Cruz last week. Oh yeah, Chile.
Chile.
The Bishop Lynch guy was down in Chile.
You say Chile, I say Chile. It's all good, you know.
Well, a bowl of chili is
like
good
a bowl.
on
That's right.
On a cold
This guy's
day.
always thinking food.
Well, I'm not always hooked on phonics, so when I am, I want to make sure that I pronounce the countries
There you
properly.
go.
So.
Beautiful. Here we
All
go.
right. The Patriots will be to our left. The Eagles to our right. The deep halfback near side is going to be number 3. No, excuse me, number 1. Going to change it up on us. Shane Goins. Corey Wren is going to be the middle back, number 3. And then number 9, Donald Clay. Usually Mekhi Smith has been on there, so I don't know if it's an injury or if they just want to change up a little
Oh, yeah,
bit.
they're going to change up. Still early in the season. We want to know who wants to be out there, who's going to be able to give us that big return when we need it.
And here's the opening kickoff. Going to be short. Field at the 22-yard line, but he up back. 25, and he's going to go down at the 27-yard line. That's number 85 for the Patriots.
Connor
Ogeron.
With the return.
So 11:54 to go in the first quarter. Opening drive. The Patriots will have it first and 10
Was there with the tackle
at their own 27-yard line.
And you know Colin was itching to get back out there, Kevin. And, he had to be after last week. Disappointing, especially not being able to get out on the field every play, and then the way we performed in the second half. This offense really needs to have a chip on their shoulder this week. They're going to come out early and dominate.
I agree. Ball's on that left hash mark. Send the receiver in motion all the way near side. Will come near side off the tackle. Across the 30 to the 33-yard line. That's Mekhi Smith. Nice run there on first down, Danny.
Yep, and there he is. Yes, on number 7, Mekhi Smith. Good job using his leverage, keeping those feet pumping, get a nice 5-yard gain out of it. And really, that's all we need, Kevin. Just continually move the ball, get first downs. Let's play within ourselves.
Yep,
ball control.
Fish at the 32-yard line, put the ball in the middle of the field. Split back formation. Guggenheim looks like he's checking off at the line of scrimmage. We'll do power play near side. Has the first down and more. That's going to be Chauncey Crum. Crosses the 40, fighting hard near the 45. A big rugby scrum going midfield.
I tell you what, goodness, he's tough.
And he's going to be tackled at the 47-yard line of Parkview.
I tell you what, Chauncey's one of those guys, Kevin. When he got off the bus as an 8th grader, he looked like a 30-year-old man. He's a beast. And he's going to learn this year and next year, when he runs behind his pads low, nobody's going to be able to tackle him. Sometimes he gets a little high. He got a little high there. Continued to pump his feet. Offensive the line did a good job pushing as well.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line. Twins receivers near side. Wren and Goins are the halfbacks. We'll go power play near side to Wren. Cuts it inside. He's to the 45. Can he turn the corner? And he gets thrown out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Short gain of 3, Danny.
Good job by that linebacker. Just pursuing, getting after Corey. I really thought he was going to be able to work his speed to the outside. Good job by that. Hey, actually, a DB looked like he's the corner, so he's got some good speed on his own as well. Good job of him forcing him out. But still a nice positive game.
Donald Fallbacher sitting next to his brother Chad. He wants a better shout out, so class of 01.
Oh, okay, there you go.
How's that, Doc?
Big Dr. D. You get your shot out at halftime. Be patient.
Gain of 3. Second down 7. 10:48 to go in the first period. Twins to the left. Ball on the right hash mark. Smith and going to the halfback. We'll go to the left. Get to Smith. And he breaks it to the 34-yard line. That'll be a first down, Patriots.
Number 7, Mekhi Smith with the carry.
Danny, that's been looks like in the inside veer has been a give all the way, no reading.
So far, yep. So far, so good. Good job of handing it off. And these guys have run hard so far this first drive. Continue to move the sticks.
Ball to plus 35, first and 10 Patriots in the middle of the field. We'll stick 2 receivers to the left. They had an injury. Had to get the Parkview Eagle off the field. 10:40 to go in the first period. This is the opening drive. Guggenheim goes to his left. He'll keep it. He ducks it. He's to the 30. 25-20, cuts it inside, 10, 15, 5, and he's going to be drugged at the 1. First and goal, Patriots at the 1 yard line. And Danny, if you remember last year, he had a field day and almost had 200 yards of rushing with tight ducks like that.
That's right. Good job of him having a tight duck, like you just mentioned, taking the ball on himself and in a nice. And here we go. What do you think's coming here?
I'm thinking quarterback sneak. And here we go off the right side, and they read it. I don't know if he got it or not. Let's see.
Ooh, it's close. Very close.
I don't think he got it. Half-yard line. Well, I'm sure film study showed in recent history quarterbacks going to take it on that.
Well, and there's nothing wrong with that, Kevin. If you're within the 1 yard line, you know, it's kind of one of those games of who wants it more. You know, the offensive line, you got to get the nitty-gritty down there, and the quarterback, like Colin, a big, strong kid, can push his way in there. So, yeah, they stuffed us right there pretty good. Let's see what we got here, second and goal.
Yep, second and goal, 2 tight ends set. Ball on the left hash mark, split out left. Guggenheim gets it 2, going to the easily walks it in. So with 9:41 to go in the first period, the Patriots take a 6-0 lead. PAT pending.
Barely got touched right there. Good job, offensive line, opening up the holes, taking care of business. Best scoring job. I want to say thank you to Moe's Pizza, John Curtis Christian School alum, Jeff Orsmit, class of 1986, and his lovely wife, Lisa. We saw them in the parking lot before the game. They made the trip. They're located at 1112 Avenue H in West Wego. Give them a call. They specialize in homemade hand-tossed pizza, lasagna, meatballs, and spaghetti, and muffaladas. 341-9650. Go to the website and check out all the specials. Moe'sPizzaNola.com. Moe's Pizza, we appreciate your support of the Patriots.
Patriots line up for the PAT. Snap, place, kick is up. I mean, it's good. So with 9:40 to go in the first period, it's the Patriots 7, the Eagles 0. Danny, that capped off, that drive was 7-play, 73 yards in distance, and took 2:14 off the clock, going with a 1-yard touchdown run, set up by the long run by Guggenheim. PAT makes it 7-0.
Exactly how the offense is supposed to be run, Kevin. Put your offense in the proper position as a quarterback, checking off at the line of scrimmage, running the proper plays, offensive line, blowing them off the ball, running backs running behind their pads, making the proper read as a quarterback, pulling it, giving it, pitching it, doing whatever we need to do to be successful. Touchdown, Patriots. Great job.
Love it.
And that's the thing that we have to consistently do, like we talked about in pregame. Do that all game long, no matter if you're first, second, or third string guy. Do as your coach should do.
I want to give a shout out to my parents, Lionel and Sue Fayard. Listen to us in Plano, Texas. Love you guys, and thank you all for being loyal listeners. Tell you what, it was a little balmy when we showed up here at 5 o'clock, but it's actually turned into a pleasant night.
Yep, cooling down a little bit. Got that sun down. It's setting right past that American flag. Beautiful picture. And we're going to kick it off. McCready's done that. You know, he's a good kicker, really solid kicker, but he's a heck of a punter. You know, last year he was one of the weapons. He was one of the weapons that we had on the entire team with how he placed the ball punting, giving those guys the long field to work with. So, but Austin is going to continue to get better this year and next.
Deep for the Eagles, number 1, Rivers, number 8, Tolliver. McCready puts the ball on the right hash mark, and that's near side to us. And we were offsides. Would have been a high sky kick. We would have fielded the 15-yard line, but Danny, I noticed it on the, as I was looking down the line, the third guy from the top of the field was a little early.
Yep.
Offsides on the Patriots. That's a 5-yard penalty.
Well, and that's a silly penalty too, Kevin, because you have to match a kicker's tempo, and it's something that you practice every day or every other day when you do kickoff team.
Yep.
You have to know and match his tempo. So if he sets back 9 yards to make his kick as a sprinter or a guy that's going to get down the field, you know when he gets to be about 4 yards or 5 yards, I'm taking off full speed. It really should time up as long as the kicker doesn't change his tempo, and he obviously doesn't. But, you know, silly things like that will set you back, Kevin.
The Patriots lead the all-time series with the Eagles, having won the games here in 2015, 16, and 17. And I'll have a did you know the next time out in regards to last year's game. All right, so we'll do it again. We'll move it back to the 35-yard line.
There you go.
McCready hammers it down. Tolliver fields it at the 6-yard line. 10, 15, 20, middle return. And he got it to the 30-yard line where he's tackled by a host of Patriots. So with 9:32 to go in the quarter, the Eagles will have it first and 10 in front of 30.
There you go.
First down, Eagles.
Got some starters out there on kickoff team too. Can see Brent Glover down there making a tackle. Good to see him up there. He's a headhunter. Go out there and make a big hit on special teams. First defense is on the field.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to little Jason Curtis. He's listening to us up in Muncie, Indiana.
What's up, boy? Hey, he's the president, right? President of the Muncie fan club?
He's our president of the Muncie Patriot Nation Muncie fan club. That's right.
What's up, big guy?
Yep. All right, they line up with one split back behind the quarterback. Send the wing back in motion near side. They have a split to the right. They do wing like a old wing T. And they'll send guys in motion and they'll stop them. They'll send the near side wing back in motion. They'll flip it to him. He's trying to turn the corner. He does. He's to the 35. Tackle at the 40-yard line, but looks like it might be a holding. That's Cyprian, number 5 on the carry.
Yep. First down, but like you mentioned about the 34-yard line, there's a flag on the play.
Here's a question: how often does Curtis have to defend an option team? 10% of the time. You know, to be honest with you, in recent years, probably less than that. Because most people are doing the spread offense.
That's right. That's right. Back in the day, probably a lot more.
Yeah.
You know, you had some teams running the midline option or a version of, but now, yeah, everybody's running the spread.
And now, we are known as the gimmicky offense.
That's right. Yeah, nobody ever has to face this. That's what we talk about with teams out of town. A lot of teams out of town, when you're talking about, you know, the top 50 teams in the country, you call them, they say,
no,
we don't want to play the veer option. We don't ever see that here.
All right, the penalty moves it all the way back to the 24-yard line. First down and long. They go throw it to Tolliver at the seam, incomplete.
I think it may have gotten tipped at the line of scrimmage. Good job of defenders getting their hands up.
44, Parkview with the coverage for the Patriots.
That's number 12, Beulah, is the quarterback. Yeah, I'm dating myself, going back to the 80s. This when we played Butcher, Dasherhand, and St. James. They played them old wing T.
Yep.
You know, slot guys going to motion, stopping, reversing.
That was a fiery district back in the day.
Yep, sure was. Twins receivers near side. They'll send Cyprian in motion, and there's I believe a timeout on the field. Let's see who's calling it.
I'm not sure what he's calling.
Patriots go off the field. Did he have a mouthpiece or something?
Well, may have had a equipment issue, so we got to get somebody rotated in here. And I believe before that's what they waited for for Parkview's defense on the last series. Something was wrong, you know. If you don't have your chin strap buckled up, you don't have a mouthpiece, you don't have a belt on, you hear something's not right. They're gonna get you off.
That was Zechariah Blake checked in. Gordon, do you have anything for us on that?
Yeah, they're complaining about the knees not being covered with the pads.
Yeah, you got to do it. Thank you. Twins receivers near side. They'll do the option inside. That's they faked it to the belly. Cyprian took the pitch, and he is knocked out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Second down long. They still have to get to the 40-yard line. Go ahead, Dan.
You might not know this, but in college football, the officials actually go into the locker room. They go check. In the NFL, they actually have guys that are paid, and that's their only job. They go into the locker room. They look at the field, make sure it's a good field to play on. They stay there during the game, make sure that everybody has the equipment, no violations. Everybody's going to play safe.
Yep. Third down, 13 from the 27-yard line. They'll send wing back in motion near side. Beulah throws it deep near side, high for everybody. Before down and long, we'll give a shout out to Brian Bennett. If you remember, Danny, first few years of doing the broadcast, 11 and 12, Brian was our original videographer.
Right. Won't forget it.
Appreciate you, Brian. Thanks for being loyal to us. And we hadn't forgot about you either, man.
Caleb's fan on that last play, Kevin, he recognized the receiver. He broke up on it, not seeing where the football was. It was thrown so high. Obviously, he wasn't expecting that. If he could have sat back a little bit, he could have gotten himself a pick, but just an errant throw by the quarterback.
Number 21, Miles Doty, the punter.
And look how we're set here, Caleb. Caleb is at about the 50-yard line.
Caleb at the 50, and then Ren's at the 40. We got a stack formation here.
Yep.
Something new, but I'm sure something in film study showed this.
Well, I think this could be because they might run a little rugby punt, so if they run one of those little hot shots and Caleb could get to it first, they might field it early.
High snap.
Nope,
nice.
That's a bomber.
Booming kick. Ren's going to let it go, and it's going to be down at the 24-yard line. Tell you what, that was a Austin McCready-esque type punt.
I'll put it to you this way, though. They're probably very happy that Corey didn't field that over his shoulder.
Yeah.
Because if he does, and they kick it that far, and he outkicks his coverage, and Corey gets to this sideline, nobody's going to catch him.
I agree. Officially, the ball is at the 23-yard line. We'll have to go 77 yards, and then we started at 27 last time. So So with 8:48 to go in the quarter, the Patriots will have it 1st and 10. They're going to place the ball at that left hash mark. It's like Smith and Crum on the halfbacks. Splits to the left and to the right. And our guard jumped offside, so make it 1st and 15.
Looked like the right tackle, I believe. Not sure, but yeah, definitely too early there. Got to speak up.
5-yard penalty.
Get on that cadence if you have to, Kevin. If you're not hearing it correctly, get an eye inside. Be able to see that ball just like anybody else. What really drives you nuts is when the receivers jump off sides outside, huh?
Ooh, you're in line. Move the ball back to the 18-yard line. Now 1st and 15. They'll keep the ball on that left hash mark. We'll go to the left. Guggenheim keeps it. He ducks it. Has plenty of room. 30, 35. Has the first down. He's tackled at the 41-yard line. And Danny, he gave him troubles last year, and I think they're not seeing him. And he's right that running that tight duck that you're saying that we didn't do last week. And that's the difference. We're getting first downs now.
Yep, that's a big deal, Kevin. When you run the option the way it's supposed to be into the line of scrimmage, you have a nice tight duck step, and Colin does it very well. He could duck in and out of defenders like it's nothing. I think he made 2 or 3 guys miss right there, and then they got him from the backside. But a great job of him picking up the first down.
It was 1st and 15. We got 22. That'll work all night. 1st and 10. Patriots from their own 40. Ball stays on that left hash mark. Guggenheim will go to the left again. Straight up handoff. Going to be a very short gain to the 43-yard line. Gain of 3.
Number 4, Sean C.
Crum on the carry.
For the Patriots.
You know, every time we come here, this is our 4th year, and we're overseeing the sunset. I kind of want to do my Dan Bournet, who's the public address announcer at FLSU. You know, well, I don't do as well as he does, but, you know, something as the sun sets over the western sky, it's now, you know.
Whatever.
You know,
Something
you know
like
what he says. You know,
You did great.
Football in Tiger Stadium, you know what he says.
That's right.
We're not in Tiger Stadium, though. Twins receivers near side. Guggenheim back to pass. Looks near side. Fires out in the flat. It's going to be in and out of the hands of the receiver, number 17. Very catchable ball. Though it was throw low. Williams should have caught it. It's going to be 2nd down and 8.
Well, Kevin, like you said last week, sometimes you got to be able to try to push to the sticks. It looked like he pushed a yard shy, and then he kind of tried to come back to the ball. The throw was a little shy, but you got to pick it up, be able to make that catch where it's 3rd and a couple yards.
8 to be exact. They gave us 2 on the original carry. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Joe Fagan. He's watching from Ashdod. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Ashdod, Israel. Go Patriots. So we're back in Israel again.
All right, Joe.
Tell you what, we're getting a passport stamp this year, man.
No doubt.
3rd down, 8 Patriots. Twins receivers near side. They're going to keep the ball on that left hash mark. 7:36 to go in the quarter. Guggenheim drops back to pass. Looks near side. Same play. Fires it. Caught at the 50. Breaks the tackle. Has the first down at the Eagle 48-yard line. Number 26 on the reception. Joel Taylor.
Joel Taylor, yep.
Joel Taylor.
And as you say, Danny, and I talked to Matt Curtis about this. We didn't do it last week. He said we need to throw it in the flat. And what did you always say?
Can't go broke on profit in the flat.
Amen.
Wise man once told me that.
All right, ball's going to be on the right hash mark. We'll flip it. Twins to the left. Draw play near side. Goins breaks a tackle. He's to the 45.
Go, Shane.
40. And he's fighting hard.
There you go.
Moving. He's going to get to the 35-yard line. Great run by Shane Goins.
Kevin, but I really like the call. You know, a lot of times in games, we don't throw the ball at all, and then we call the draw play. That one was set up because we've been able to throw the drop back and at least throw a pass a few times.
I agree.
He did a good job of shaking somebody because we didn't get the initial blocker, but a good job of him getting a first down.
Twins to the right. We'll go roll out to our right. Guggenheim fires it over the middle. Caught at the 23-yard line. That's Williams. Fights, breaks a tackle, comes near side. And he's going to be tackled at the 18-yard line. First and 10 Patriots with 6:55 to go in the quarter.
Great job. That's the way to fight for it. Extra yardage. At first, he kind of lost a few. Got his feet back under him. Got north and got a good first down.
I'm glad he came back to him because Williams is a very capable receiver.
Oh, no doubt about it. He's got great speed.
He catch that he dropped here.
Yard line of the Eagles.
I would go 2 tight end sets. Split out left. Ball in the middle of the field at the 19-yard line. We'll go to the left. Crum has it. Comes back near side. 15-10. Tackled at the 9-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal Patriots.
Safety had to go low because he thought he was going to get run over. Good job of him making the tackle. A nice run right there by Chauncey Crum. And you got to hand it to the offensive line, Kevin. They're opening up some nice holes.
We didn't see Crum too much last week. and the reason why, he had a knee bruise.
Okay.
So they didn't play him as
Remember
often.
last week we kept asking, where's Chauncey? Where's Chauncey?
That was the reason why. But he looks healthy tonight.
Yes, sir. He's just a downhill runner, very strong.
Actually, they did not give him a first down. Short by a nose of the football, second down and an inch. 2 tight ends split near side. Smith gets it over the center. He has the first down at the 8. Now it's 1st and goal.
That's it. Parkview continues to rotate 3 guys in. Coach JT and Jeff down there communicating. Probably sending the receiver or running back in there to run the play in. A lot of times, Kevin, you'll see us getting the 2 tight ends formations down here close to the goal line. And so it looks like somebody calls the timeout or maybe a hydration
break at the 6-minute mark. So we're going to take the official hydration break. 6 minutes to go in the first period. It's the Patriots 7, Eagles 0.
Kevin, looking good so far, my brother. Got to keep it going. And got to give a shout out to another one of our game sponsors. We appreciate each and every one of you guys for allowing us to do this. And without you, we wouldn't be able to bring you these games. Prep Fan Sports. Prep Fan Sports is your one-stop sports shop, conveniently located at 70452 Highway 21 in Covington. Prep Fan Sports offers a wide variety of sporting goods, including famous brands such as Adidas, Under Armour, Easton, Wilson, Louisville Slugger, DeMarini, Rawlings, and many more. Prep Fan Sports can accommodate all your team uniform, equipment needs, or simply individual player needs. Please call Prep Fan Sports and ask for Adam or Jeff, 985-400-5552 for all your sporting good needs. Prep Fan Sports, Adam Ackle, we appreciate your support of the Patriots.
I'm going to come back with a did you know the next opportunity. It's a good one.
Kevin, but this is exactly what we need. Move the ball down the field, ball control, keep 2 hands on it, punch the ball in the end zone, let the defense go to work.
I want to see, though, we get 2 or 3 touchdowns ahead. Stay ahead and don't fall asleep like we did in recent weeks.
Those younger guys got to stay hungry, get in there, get some good reps.
All right, officially 1st and goal from the 7. 2 tight ends, split out near side to the right. Guggenheim drops back to pass, fires it in the flat. Going to be in and out of the hands of the receiver. Intended for number 85.
Either or, Kevin. He had the slant from the outside or the flat from the inside. But I really thought he was going to throw that slant. It was wide open. It's a good route by the outside receiver getting inside. Looked like old Deuce out there.
I'd have caught it.
I know it. I know it.
Hey.
I wish I would have had you, brother. I wish you were 11 years younger.
Hey, sometimes me too. I'll come back to that in a second. 2nd down goal from the 7. Same formation. 2 tight ends split out near side. See if we run to the left. Nope. Power play near side. Go, and Wren gets wrapped up.
Nice play.
For a loss of maybe 2. Number 75 on the tackle. Let's give him credit. That's I'm gonna let the PA announcer say this first. It's like an Asian name.
Number 75, Humpty Shika with the tackle.
Shika.
Yep.
It doesn't look like it's spelled in the program, but we'll go with Shika. 5:20 and counting. Yeah, we didn't get many opportunities. Now in practice, we lit it up. So the few opportunities we had, you better catch them back in the day. 3rd and goal now from the 12. Loss of 5. Same formation, 2 tight end sets, split out near side. Guggenheim option near side. Oh, too close. The ball's on the ground. They fumbled it. Guggenheim got hit, and he pissed it, and like the collision closed the gap, and he couldn't. There was no relationship.
No, I don't think Corey knew the play, Kevin. I don't think Corey knew the play. He got jammed inside, and even when he went to pitch it, I don't think Corey recognized what it was because his hands didn't even go to the football. To me, now maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm misspeaking, but seeing it in live action, it looked like he may have checked it, or it was a different play. And you're right, the relationship on the pitch was totally off. And Kevin,
the ball is at their 19-yard line.
same thing.
Yeah,
you cannot put the ball on the ground. Great 2 offensive possessions, and then we put the ball on the ground again.
4:55 to go in the quarters now. 1st and 10. Eagles at their own 19-yard line. Mueller under center. He'll keep it himself. He went to his left, got to the right, and he had a nice push to the 25-yard line. Now, last week we were up 21-0. About to punch it in from the 1-yard line, had a fumble, and they did a scoop and score. And we weren't the same afterwards.
Not at all.
Let's see how we play here.
That's it. Maybe a little adversity is good, Kevin. Sometimes you got to figure it out. See if we can do it here after that turnover. Defense, let's do it big again.
Yep. 2nd down and 4. That was a gain of 6. Ball's at the 25-yard line. 4:25 and counting. The Patriots lead at 7-0. And they pretty much dominated the first quarter, but only have 7 points to show. Mueller gives the belly play to the fullback. He's going to be 1 yard shy of the first down at the 28-yard line.
Number 39, Connor Reed with the carry.
Reed on the carry. 3rd down and 1. Let's see if they do a quarterback sneak. They do. Mueller is, I don't know if he's going to get it. It's going to put on the spot. He got a push.
Yep, good push after.
Yep, got it to the 32-yard line, so he had the first down with 3:37 and counting here in the first quarter.
Good second effort right there by the Eagles. Kevin, Jason Howard said, man, it seems like we've been coming to Parkview for the last 10 years. Of course, he's exaggerating. He said, are they ever going to come to New Orleans? Well, the thing about Parkview is that they have such a great stadium. And in the city of New Orleans, we never know where we're going to play. We would never want to have them matched up at Musburlino if we could come to this stadium and play. So,
and that's where it would be.
That's pretty much why it's here all the time.
Yeah, and we just get a larger gate.
Yep.
Mueller with the quick toss near side to number 1. He's going to have the first down. Nope, short by a yard. That's Rivers on a little toss sweep. Got it to the 41 to be 2nd down and 1.
And Kevin, I think a lot of times with this type of offense that Parkview's running, it takes a couple series to kind of get it under control.
Yeah.
Feel it out, see the motion. Still, of course, team defense. We could try to run something like this. You can't emulate it. It's like another team trying to run our option and do it into the line of scrimmage and do it the proper way. So I think it might take a couple series for us to kind of get this thing knocked down, but we're going to be fine.
Yep. Mueller with a little misdirection, hands it off. It needs to be tackled for a loss.
Nice job.
Dominic Brown got him. The ball carrier is number 4, Felipe. There's a late flag.
Outside, keep it contained.
Late flag here. Let's see what happened. I didn't see it. I was looking at who the number was in the program, and I just happened to look up. I see a flag here at the 44.
Yeah, not sure.
Personal foul on Parkview. That'll back him up. So at 2:32, we'll probably take that penalty because it went from 2nd and 1. I think it would be a loss of 3, and it's the loss plus the 15 yards.
Yeah, I don't think I didn't see it, Kevin. I didn't see the personal foul, but good job by the Patriots stuffing them on the play anyway. Dominic Brown keeping contained on the outside. The defense forcing them back in, making a play. But you're right. All our guys are up front.
I want to give a shout out to Jay Meyer and family listening to us in the Gramercy area. We appreciate you.
What's up, Jay?
That's another one, Jay Meyer. He was on that first state championship team. So we got a lot of guys from the 75 team checking in.
Yep.
And, of course, Jay, you guys, Jay and Mr. Gilmore and Tabin, have walked on at halftime. So I'm sure you'll enjoy that. 2nd down and long. Mueller back to pass. Throws it near side. Intercepted!
Nah.
But they're going to call a flag for the interference.
Yeah, we kind of grabbed him a little bit, held him up. He wasn't able to get out of his break.
Spahn caught it, but it's going to be null and void, it appears.
Number 5, Span with the interception.
You say Spahn?
Span.
Man, you with this Chile. Look, man, this guy hit.
We have a pass interference call.
It's like Spahn. It's like Trahan, Trahan.
That's right.
Depends on what part of Louisiana.
Depends on what part of Cajun you are.
Yeah. Hey.
The upper half of your lower half.
Kind of like the upper corner of Lower Alabama.
That's
right?
it. That's it.
UCLA.
But you know what I like to see too, though, Kevin?
What?
The defensive front. How we've been able to show some depth over the last few weeks. You got over there number 58, Joshua Valentine. Then you step over and you got Joseph Kreger in. You got number 90, Zachariah Blake that's been able to get in there. Angelo Anderson. Then you got Ogeron that's hurt. Then you got a big Linus out down there. And then you got a couple linebackers that have been playing really solid. So we got some depth on the defensive front that they're kind of able to rotate in and out and keep their legs fresh. That's going to be huge throughout the season if we keep all these guys healthy.
Yep, it's a spot foul, so it's only 3rd down 3. Twins to the right, just split out near side. Quarterback draw.
Fit the gap.
And
Good job, Dominic.
Brown tackles it, but he might fall forward. Let's see where they mark it. He's going to be close.
Well, Dominic, he recognized it. I saw him recognize it. He stayed right there in the hole, and he just didn't explode and get there. If you see that hole open up as a defender, you got to be able to shoot that gap also.
They put it right at the stick, so it's 1st and 10. Eagles with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Ball's at the 43-yard line. 1st and 10.
1st and 10. Eagles at their own 43, 155 and counting. The Patriots lead at 7-0. But the Eagles are driving. Twins to the right, they'll have a little misdirection. Tolliver takes a little sweep.
String it, get up there.
And he crosses midfield. He's to the Patriots 49-yard line. He's 2nd down and 2, gain of 8.
Kofor coming downhill at him, putting a nice hit on him. Just got to contain, got to get up to the line of scrimmage a little more. We got to recognize that, fire back in.
Blake checks back in at that left defensive end position.
Ball is at the Patriot 49-yard line.
1:10 and counting here in the first quarter. They'll have a slot to the right. Split near side. And there's I believe a timeout. Looks like Parkview called timeout, and they do.
Yep.
So with 59 seconds to go in the half, timeout Eagles. It's the Patriots 7, Eagles 0.
Kevin, for that timeout, I want to say thank you to. Turn me up a little bit, Rob. Turn me up a little bit, Rob. I want to say thank you to Kel Kopecki with Exit Realty NOLA Premier. They're a full-service brokerage, residential, commercial, and leasing firm. Cutting-edge tech to help buyers and sellers. They offer retirement and beneficiary benefits for all their agents. Go see them at 2200 Veterans Boulevard, Suite 206 in Kenner, or give them a call at 298-3948. That's Exit. Or you could give them an email. That's Kel, K-E-L, at exitnola.com. Check them out on the website, www.exitrealtynola.com. Or once again, the phone number 298-3948. Kel Kopecki, Exit Realty. We appreciate your support of the Patriots. And Kel's always involved, Kevin. We appreciate him. Obviously, it's his first year being with us here on the broadcast, but he's always involved with the Meds Club, helping us out, do all sorts of nice things. So we appreciate him. And it looks like we're about to come back out here for some action.
Yep.
59 seconds left here in the first quarter.
I'm going to sneak that Did You Know in a second.
Oh, come on. Come on. You don't have to sneak it. I'll let you get it.
No, we can do it. Yeah, we got to pay the bills first now.
That's true.
Second down 2, ball at the 49-yard line of the Patriots. 59 seconds to go in the first quarter. The ball is on the right hash mark. Split out near side. Slots on both sides. They'll send Cyprian in the slot. In motion back, and now he's back to his original position. Mueller gives it, he keeps it, fakes it to the fullback, has the first down at the Patriot 44-yard line.
Well, Roman Muley with the keeper, and a first down for the Eagles.
And I guess they say Muley, M-U-L-A. They're going to say Muley here, so we'll go with Muley.
With a tackle for the Patriots.
So slowly, the Eagles are driving. After the Patriots looked like they had first and goal at the 7 and went backwards. The Patriots defense needs to step up here, Danny.
Yeah, we're rotating guys in and out still. Joshuan Williams checks out. Barfield checks back in. And, yeah, we just got to get a hold on this, Kevin. Stop them getting the first down. They're in kind of that area of the field where they're probably still going to have to punt, of course.
New quarterback in. That's number 4. They do a quick pitch to
String him out, get up there.
No gain.
Better job.
Great job by the Patriots. Brown and Span.
Yeah.
Rivers to carry.
Better job, Kevin. The defense setting that edge. Good job of holding on to their blocks, pushing forward, and just being able to hold on to it and then get north, get at that ball carrier, stringing it out. The defense chasing from inside out.
Got a fan checking in and saying U-High 20, Catholic 7. U-High is probably, I would say, right now on paper the best team in the state. They got 12 D1 guys.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they beat Catholic by 20-plus points.
Stacked.
And that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. So at the one-quarter play, it's the John Curtis Christian Patriots 7, the Parkview Baptist Eagles 0.
Kevin, for that first quarter of action, I want to say thank you to Nations Lending. Our buddy Mark Bowen, he's actually been up here with us the last few years. Mark's over here in Baton Rouge. So give him a call. Nations Lending, whether buying a new home or refinancing, Mark Bowen and Nations Lending can help you. Nation Lending offers FHA, VA, and USDA loans and can even help those with 580 credit and above. Mark is a graduate of John Curtis, class of 1998, and has 15 years of mortgage lending experience. He's a proud supporter of the Patriots, and he can be reached at 225-573-8688. His NMLS number is 587641. Nations Lending Corporation is an equal opportunity lender. Nations Lending and Mark Bowen, we appreciate your support of the Patriots.
I want to give a shout out to the lovely Miss Betty Walker and the dapper Mr. Vernon Walker. Listen to us in Phoenix.
Ooh, nice. I like that. Dapper, huh?
They are very loyal to us. Hi, did you know?
Come on, give it to me, man. I've been waiting. You've been making me wait a whole quarter for that.
Last year, when the Patriots defeated the Eagles 66-28, at the 66 points was the second most scored in Patriot history.
Second most.
Do you know what the most is?
Yes.
What?
70.
No.
I was just guessing.
67.
60. Oh,
we called a game against Lusher in 2013 at Drew
and you
Brees
know,
Field.
that surprised me.
We have not.
I really thought we had gone before that.
Nope.
A couple times, and we didn't. You were right.
No.
67 was it.
It's second down and 10. They said no gain. I thought he might have had a loss of 1, but They said no. Muley under center. They give it to the fullback.
Nice job.
He slammed down hard.
Who's that, Big E?
Big E!
Nice job.
Y'all don't forget his birthday on the 22nd either. Y'all can talk about that hit there. He just wrapped him up and slammed him.
This guy's ready to party. I tell you about my boy. Yeah, no, you're right.
A hit like
Big
that,
E,
come on.
He's been great. I tell you, he's we'll just call him well built. Right, Kevin? We'll call him well built. Big old boy.
Healthy.
6'2", about 305, and he gets through the line of scrimmage and plays on the other side of the ball lots of times.
Loss of 1. It's 3rd down 11 from the Patriot 45-yard line. I think they list him at 305, I believe.
Yep, 305, 6'2", 305.
They have a slot and twins near side. One fullback behind Muley. Quarterback back to pass. Muley looks near side. He's under trouble. Oh,
watch yourself.
Smoke from the backside. Angelo got him.
Great job.
He's got to have that clock ticking, and I'll tell you what.
Angelo had a
The clock wasn't ticking, but his bell's ringing
Yes,
now.
sir. Yes, sir. Angelo, great job coming in there. Shows some good speed and explosiveness on the backside there. You know, as a defensive end, Kevin, you have to lick your chops when you see the quarterback just kind of standing there, and you know that the clock hasn't gone off in his head, and he can't see you from the backside. That's a rough position to be in. Let me tell you.
Doesn't feel good, does it? All right, Span is going to step back to the Patriot 30. Wren's going to be around the 18-yard line. And we're going to do that stack formation again. I'll tell you what, last time, Danny,
he
Doty
boomed it.
cranked it
Yep.
with a full pull. Let's see if he does it again. Beautiful snap. High kick. Wren
Get to it. Get to it.
going to let it bounce to the 25-yard line. Get away from it, guys.
Get away. Get away. What are we doing?
Guys, get away, guys.
That's gracious.
99's eating a hamburger watching the ball go by, and he almost hit him in the leg.
Come on now.
Come on now, you got to move.
Hey, you got to communicate too, right, Kevin?
Peter.
Peter.
That's
Gotta
right.
get away.
All right, 9:58 to go in the quarter. It'll be 1st and 10 Patriots from the 20, but you got to know if the ball's bouncing around. You can't stand there
Exactly.
watching it.
That's what I'm saying. You got to communicate, let a guy know, and kind of get up in their face, get them away from the football. Got 9:58 left here in the second quarter, and Colin gets to play, and he's heading back into the huddle. Lead these guys. Let's see how we react after that turnover.
And I must say that Wren needs to yell the Peter call. If 99 didn't really see it,
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
but he was
you have to.
too close for comfort.
You can't see it when you're running down the field, and
No.
you got guys hanging on you trying to block.
They're going to keep the ball in the near hash mark at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 Patriots. We'll go power play far side. Then they hit Wren for a loss of 5 at the 15.
Corey Wren off the backfield.
So we're going backwards. Ain't good.
Number 51, Harrison Warren.
Oh, man.
Here for the tackle for the Eagles.
Actually feels pretty good out here now.
Very pleasant.
Brings up 2nd down and 15.
I mean, you know, if you're Robbie, if you're sitting down in the chair, drinking a Coke, sitting back, feeling the breeze. No. Oh, he's got his fan pointed right out.
Yeah, but he earned his keep before the
That's
game,
true.
though.
That's true.
Ball is down the middle of the field. We'll go to the left.
Pulled it. There he comes.
And Guggenheim, kept it. Has a nice run. Got it back to the 25-yard line. Gained of 10, so it'll be 3rd down and 5. I tell you what, he has really killed Parkview Baptist with that tight duck.
You know, it's tough, Kevin, because we talked about it before. Football is a game of alignment, inches, and angles. If you do not take the proper angle, if you do not scrape tight to get to the quarterback, you're going to overrun it. He's going to duck underneath you, and that's really what's been happening over the past couple of years.
Yep, 3rd and 5. Ball in that right hash mark from the 25. Have to get it to the 30. Power play far side. And that's going to be Chauncey Crum. He's fighting hard, and he is going to be, I believe, at the sticks.
Keeps moving. He got it.
Maybe by half a yard.
Yep.
Number 4, Chauncey Crump with the carry.
Tell you what, he runs strong.
For the Patriots.
Got it. Nice run. Good, powerful kid.
Yep, 8:26 to go in the half. It'll be 1st and 10 Patriots at the 31-yard line, so that
Of course,
first play didn't hurt us.
With that first down, they temporarily stopped the clocks for the first down. They set the chains, and they started back up again.
Danny, we need to score in this drive because they're going to get the ball to start the second half.
Yep, got to. Matter of fact, we need to score 2 more times.
I agree. Twins near side. They're going to keep the ball that far right side hash mark. Patriots going right to left. Power play near side. And looks like that's Smith.
Number 7.
Decided, I guess they had too much pressure from the defensive end, and he decided to duck it in.
Number 3, Taylor Bashir with the tackle.
No gain. Second down 10 with 7:55.
No gain on the play. Brings up second down and 10.
Got a question. Does Curtis change their audible terminology enough that teams can't know it? Not the terminology, maybe the color. So we do a single color and then a 3-digit digit. So who knows? Maybe a color. I don't know.
Yeah, they change it all the time.
Yeah, we'll see. 7:35 and counting. Twins near side. Guggenheim's going to drop back to pass. Going to fire it near side. Caught by Williams in the flat. He's at the 40. And falls down at the 45-yard line. That should be enough for the first down, Danny.
Yeah, he can run. A good job of him. I tell you what, that's tough for a quarterback. If you guys don't notice, if you look in college and in the NFL, quarterbacks, they always drop to their right. Well, for Curtis, our pocket gets set really over our guard or our tackle. So we actually, if a quarterback is right-handed, he actually drops to his left. So Colin did a good job of dropping to his left, reading it, seeing that he was open, aborted his drop, and got rid of the football. Lance was able to catch the ball and get it upfield.
7-10 and counting. They're going to keep it on the near hash mark, which is the left hash mark. Guggenheim power play, far side. Goins crosses midfield and needs to be brought down at the 47-yard line of the Eagles. And tell you what, Danny, he reminds me of the guys we had last year. He's a small running back, but he runs a lot bigger than what he is.
Well, and he's explosive, too. He gets through that hole. Sometimes he's hard to find, and all of a sudden he squirts out of there with a lot of speed. And a good job of him. His helmet actually came off, so he's got to go out for a play. But I like seeing Shane in the game. He's a good weapon for us.
Yep, second down and 2. The 47-yard line, 6:45 to go in the half. I got an interesting did you know, too. It's related to Coach JT's 50th year coaching, which is this year.
Go.
Get that to you in a second. Ball in the middle of the field. Guggenheim, 3-step drop, throws it to his right, caught. And they said his knee was on the ground?
I don't know.
I didn't
On the ground when he caught it.
Was it? Okay, thank you, Gordon.
Thank you, Gordon.
I couldn't tell from a vantage point. I thought he was close.
Hey, he's back.
Hey.
A sideline guy. How about that analysis?
Hey, who was that, huh? Thank you, Gordon. Appreciate you.
The first down for the Patriots.
Kevin, if you look at this, like, I guess
Taylor on the reception.
I'll call it a pro set
Yes.
that we're in with a single tight with the split back. Parkview's defense is a lot similar to our defense, where Colin could just get back there, kind of survey the defense, and know where he's going to go, because it seems like it's cover 3 with a monster almost. And so, you know, a clear picture that he sees in practice a lot.
They have Guggenheim's pass to Davis incomplete. As soon as the ball got there, great job out of their cornerback, hit him.
And they have a 5-2
dropped
on
it.
the interior, probably a little bit wider than us, but I like to see us throwing the ball, Kevin.
Second down 10, Patriots from the Eagle 41, 6:11 to go in the half. This will probably be the last play before the hydration break.
Kill that mic, Gordon.
Twins receivers near side, ball on that right hash mark. Send the receiver Davis in motion, will come option near side. Wren has it. Can he turn the corner? He's to the 40, trips up at the 38-yard line. You know, Danny, we walked on the field before. Now, I noticed it was a little slick, and it looked like he slipped there.
Yeah. Got to get that offside foot planted. And he's so darn fast. It's tough, but good job of Chauncey Crum sealing the edge right there. Actually busted him upfield.
Yep.
Corey ducked back inside, and
It'll be third down and about 7.
yeah.
So with 5:53 to go, we'll take the hydration break. 5:53 to go in the half. It's the Patriots 7, Eagles 0.
We have an official timeout.
Yeah, I tell you what, why not give a little shout out to our boy up here in the booth?
Do it.
Robbie User up here with Bob User Productions. He's always up here toting the line. I tell you what, my boy always grabbing all the equipment, getting up in these steps, huffing and puffing, and setting us up. So yeah, he always shows up early, stays late. So give him a call, Bob User Productions, for anything that you have. You need filmed, edited, wedding, party, bar mitzvah, anything legal, whatever you need. 738-1447, the best in the business. 738-1447, Bob User Productions. We appreciate your support of the Patriots. And Robbie, we appreciate your support of Kevin and I.
Hi, Danny. 1969, Coach JT took over the Patriots. This is his 50th year coaching. After 2 games in his 50th season, his record is 571, 64, and 6.
It's not too shabby.
Second winningest coach in all of football, high school, pro, semi-pro, you name it, college. John McKissack, 620.
620.
He is 50 wins away from being the #1 all-time winningest coach.
Can't wait.
Third down 7 near hash mark. Guggenheim gives the power play to Goins inside. He's going to have the first down and plus another yard to the 30. Great job by Goins.
Way to hit it.
So right now,
he can squirt through. He's very, very quick.
So right now, Coach is 49 wins away from tying Coach McKissack, 50 away from being the sole number 1.
That's what kind of aggravates me about these seasons, how it's set up now. We don't play like the 14, 15 game schedule we used to do. Now it's a lot slimmer schedule.
Yep.
So it's probably going to take
a few more
4
years.
seasons maybe to get there.
We'll have a big party when it happens.
No
5:20 and
doubt
counting.
about it. Kevin's buying.
Yep. Twins receivers to the right, ball in the middle of the field. Let's see if we come near side. Nope. 7-step drop for Guggenheim. Fires it towards the end zone. Has a guy open and overthrew Williams by 2 yards. Had him.
Either or, Kevin. I think we had either one. Either the post, real quick, stick it in the hole, or go ahead and throw that fade or that rail outside. Good job of putting some nice air under it. Couldn't run underneath it.
Second down 10 from the 30.
Well, how about us throwing a football, huh?
I love it.
Putting that thing in the air.
I'm 30 years too old, man.
Too late.
I know.
Come on, man.
Hey, 30 years ago was my senior year.
We're going to have to put in a complaint.
Well, I got
Not sure what it's going to
played
do.
my mom and dad about that. Twins receivers near side, ball in the middle of the field.
That, huh?
Look at Rob. What's he eating?
Goodness gracious, this guy's got nachos and chili. Speaking of Chile.
Hey. Busted play. Guggenheim saves the day. We had 2 running backs running the opposite play, ran into each other, and then Guggenheim just did a pivot, ran up the middle, and saved it. He got it to the 25-yard line.
Power play into each other.
Yep.
And that's what you got, Kevin, when you have a quarterback that has experience and he stays cool under pressure. You know, puts 2 hands on the ball, knifes it forward, still picks up 5 yards.
And astute listeners, hey, don't forget Bob and Robbie double up as a cameraman and the best crossing guards this side of the Mississippi River. That's true.
That's true.
All right, third down 5, 2 tight end set. Split out right. Guggenheim checking off to the running backs. Ball is still in the middle of the field, 4:25 and counting. Straight up the middle, has the first down. The right halfback is
Number 4.
That's Chauncey.
Cron.
Yeah. You can tell how he runs.
For the Patriots and a first down.
He was skimming that thing a yard off the ground, falling forward, knocking heads.
Ian Pusho with the tackle for the Eagles.
Got a listener wants to know if we'll try to find somebody to be the big Brahma Bull fullback type guy. Well, that's going to be Crum.
Yeah, there he is.
15-yard line of the Eagles. First and 10.
First and 10 from the 19. 4:10 and counting. We'll stay with the 2 tight ends, split out wide right. They go keep the ball in the middle of the field. Guggenheim goes to his right, and he keeps it. Probably should have gave it, but he's fighting hard, and he's going to get it to the 16-yard line, gain of 3.
Yeah. Now, Kevin, there's nothing wrong with let's say we call them a fullback. It's just a lead back. It's just
Right.
like when we played, Steve and I, our senior year, we played in Louisiana State All-Star game. JT was our coach. We basically ran the veer from the eye.
Right.
So the fullback basically was the first guy to go through the dive, and then the pitch back was the tailback.
Yep.
So, you know, if you want to call it a fullback or just a big guy running the football, we don't really have that, but Chauncey's really that guy that we have this year.
Yeah, we'll go to the right, hands it off to the big running back, and he gets the first down at the 7-yard line. It'll be first and goal Patriots. Crum again on the carry. All right, here's another did you know. They don't have that all-star game that you did mention.
That's right.
Did you know Coach JT was the head coach of the East or West 11 times? His record, 11 wins, 0 losses. That's
that
impressive.
right?
That's impressive, taking guys from around the state for 1 week.
I had no idea.
Now, as an assistant, a few times he won and lost. He lost, but he was 11-0 as a head coach.
I had no idea.
Yep, first and
That's
goal. 2 tight, split out near side. We'll give it to Wren over the center. He fights over the 5. He's to the 4. Big rugby scrum to the goal line. Did he get it? No, they're going to call it second and goal at the 1.
Number 3, Corey Wren with the keeper.
Yeah, let me tell you, the year we played against some studs. I mean, if I named some guys, you guys would know them. But, you know, Corey Webster was on their team. I think Randall Gay was on their team. Linares L. Page was on my team. Ronald McClendon was on the other team.
Having those guys you just mentioned went to the NFL.
Oh, they had a heck of a team on the other side.
All right, second goal from the 1. 2:24 and counting. 2 tight ends split near side. Guggenheim comes near side. Wren walks in easily.
Nice and easy.
Untouched.
Yes, sir.
Number 3, Corey Wren.
2:17 to go in the half. The Patriots take the lead 13 to 0.
Ooh, man. Tell you what. Looking good, feeling good, Kevin. You got to do that. You got to control the football. And so far, we've been able to do that on these last few drives. Kevin, for that scoring job, I want to say thank you to Yaya's Comfort Food. Gotta love those guys. Give them a call. Check them out. It's at 2317 Hickory Avenue in Harahan. Give them a call at 575-3434. Go check them out for breakfast or lunch for their daily specials. I must go to breakfast there every other day, but I tell you what, they are fantastic. Yaya's Comfort Food, just like you like it. Yaya'sComfortFood.com, or like I said, give them a call. 575-3434. Mr. Bryan and Connor Mullins. We appreciate your support of the Patriots.
McCready drills the extra point, so with 2:17 to go in the half, it's the Patriots 14, the Eagles 0. Danny, that was a 17-play, 80-yard drive and burned 7:41 off the clock.
I was about to say, anytime you can get to 15 plays or more, you're going to be chewing some time off the clock. That's exactly what we did. And a great job. The most important thing, we punched it in for points at the end, and we're on top 14-0 with 2:17 left. Now, the defense has to come out, like you said. 2 minutes and 17 seconds left. It's going to be tough for them, but the defense has to punch them in the mouth, get in that half, because they're getting the ball in the second half.
If you remember, the 3 previous years, but even last year included, but then we blew it open in the third quarter.
Yeah.
But the 2 previous years, we had big leads, and they came back and made tight games. Like, look, to give you an idea, 2015, well, we won 41-14, but it was close. But 2016, remember, had a big lead, and we held on and won 34-31, and we were up like 30 points in that game.
Remember that guy Kavanaugh?
Yeah.
Played for him? Well, he was a stud. He was a bruiser.
Yep.
And he was fast, too.
Sure was. Rivers, the far side halfback. Tolliver, the near side. McCready again will kick it off from that far hash mark, which is the right side.
I wonder where he's at now. He deserved to get a chance at a smaller
he
school.
went to,
did he hurt himself?
He did, but
Yeah,
he went to school, like a small school like Georgetown, that's Division III school.
Good. He was a good player.
I thought he was a better player than that, though, but hey, take the free rob when you can.
To Georgetown. It's not bad. Not too shabby.
No, with a Division III, Georgetown, Kentucky, not the one in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Yep. High kick, far side, Rivers at the 3. 10, 15, 20. He was hit
in there.
And a host of tackles dropped him at the 22-yard line, be 1st and 10.
I was wondering if Georgetown, if they had a football team or not, but yeah, you're right.
That Division I in Kentucky.
Yeah.
So with 2:09 to go in the half, the Eagles will take it 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
All right, 2:09, got to do it.
As a listener, do we get too relaxed when it seems like we have the game in hand? You know what? Don't get offended by anybody that has kids nowadays. I just think it's attention span.
Yeah.
They don't pay attention. They can lose focus. That's not just me, my opinion, which it is. The coaches also say that too.
But
which is frustrating for us is we just want to choke some people out early, you know.
But it can happen. So do your job. Do what the coaches coach you to do. You know, don't come out the game. Let's finish the game. I just think we're not used to it. I think we have to demand a little bit more from them.
Yep. Here's a shout out from David Mangino. Listen to in the OKC. Appreciate you, David, being loyal. Twins receivers near side. Muley throws it up the seam to Tolliver. And needs to be rustled down, but he has enough for the first down at the 35-yard line. 2 minutes to go in the half.
Number 8, Terry Tolliver for the first down for the Eagles.
Good job of having the first down conversion. Like I said before, doesn't matter if you're running the catch and you get a first down. That clock stops temporarily. They set those chains. The official's going to blow it for play, and there it goes.
Yep, Twins receivers near side. They'll have a tight end to the left and a slot near side. Muley looks near side, throws it complete to number 13. And he's going to get it out of bounds to the 42-yard line.
Kevin, that was too long of a throw
for
our DBs not to be able to break up on that and get in the mix a little sooner than that.
Kyle Washington, the receiver. 1:46 to go in the half. This will be second down, and let's call it 4.
Got to be able to get to the ball, get shed blocks, get outside.
It's a long 3.
Nice pitch and catch for them.
Yep. It's like Raymond Brett sent a text to Robbie. Give him a shout out. Thank you for listening. All right, Twins to the left. They'll also have a slot. Now he'll send him in motion. Quarterback keeper. Muley has it. He's going to have the first down, crosses the 45, and is tackled at the 46. It'll be 1st and 10. Eagles with 1:40 to go in the half.
With the keeper and a first down for the Eagles. Number 6, James with the tackle for the Patriots.
You know, Danny and I over 36, 37, 47 years old. The competitive juice is still flowing. We still want to choke people out in the first quarter.
No doubt about it.
We understand the other teams are competitive too. Muley back to pass, looks near side, fires it deep. And it's going to be broken up.
Almost.
Ball hit high in the air. Too bad we didn't have another defender there to catch the ricochet, but that was guarded by Dante Thomas, number 38.
Good job of him being there. Getting back, stay deep is the deepest. And it looked like it bounced right off his helmet and went 10 yards up in the air.
Second down, 10 Eagles with 1:28 to go in the half.
Of course,
Ball
the
was
clock
about,
stops.
say about 3 to 4 yards inside that left hash mark. They have a receiver on both sides of the field with 2 wing backs. I'm going to do that fake, that zap motion we used to call it back in the day. Muley back to pass, 3-step drop, looks far side, throws it in.
Get it, Brandon! We got it!
Comes near side, has some running room.
That's Dominic Brown.
Reverses his field, and he's tackled at the 46-yard line. So a 1:17 to go in the half. First and 10, Patriots. Brown with a big turnover.
We have not seen that.
No.
We haven't gotten the ball. But I'll be honest with you, they haven't thrown the ball. Not that many teams have thrown the ball against us consistently this year. But when they do, the defensive line have to get up in the quarterback's face, forced it a little early. The defender was right there to make the play, Dominic Brown. But what that does, Kevin, with 1:16 left, we have 3 timeouts left, I believe.
And a kicker.
It gives us another opportunity to put some points on the board. So great job defense.
Yep.
Now look, as a coach, you could say, look, we're just going to kneel it in our territory. But not me and you. Me and you are saying, let's go put that thing back in the end.
No, we need to because the defense has to come back out to start the second half.
Exactly.
So let's go for the kill shot.
Let's go put it in there.
And get a touchdown right now.
Let me see your game face. Ooh. Oh, goodness gracious. Almost jumped out of here.
Well, I got a face for radio, so. There we go. Twins there. Split twins. Twins near side split out far right. Guggenheim on the center. He'll do a draw play to Chauncey Crum.
Get
Breaks
outside
one tackle. 3 tackles. Crosses the 50. He's to the 48-yard line.
On the ball.
Chauncey Crum with the carry over the right side.
105 and counting. We're going no huddle.
And Kevin, as we talked about, when you get a first down, the clock stops. But when you don't get a first down as a coach, you have to be thinking either timeout or the players on the field need to get up, get down, and get set. No huddle.
Guggenheim back to pass. Looks near side. Fires it. Going to be caught. No, incomplete. They said it one-hopped it. I thought he had his hands underneath it.
I did
no.
too. Clock stops, 47 seconds, so we can huddle up on third down.
47.2. And speaking of Dudenhofer, I'm glad Josh's in the game. I was talking to Coach Matt, like, why is he not playing? He will. He's going to probably get some playing time tonight, so I'm glad to see him in the game.
Because he works hard. He's a good kid. He works hard.
Well, he's got good hands and speed, too.
Yeah. Yep, just got to pick that ball up a little bit, put it in his chest.
Josh is a 5'11", 155-pound sophomore. 2 tight ends split near side. Third down and 4. 47.2 to go in the half. Guggenheim's checking off here at the line of scrimmage. Will come near side with the option. Guggenheim keeps it as the 45-40. Breaks another tackle. He's tackled at the 35-yard line, and the clock will stop brief. What is an injury timeout? There's a guy for the Eagles
Number 14.
hurt back at the 47-yard line.
For the Patriots, and a first down.
Well, he's going down.
Yeah, so we'll have the injury timeout.
Number 13.
So with 40.6 to go in the half, we have the injury timeout. The Patriots lead at 14-0, but they'll have it first and 10 at the Eagle 35-yard line.
Official time.
And I want to give a shout-out to right here, Kevin, is number 46, Princeton Stevens. He's been kind of bouncing around a little bit. Played linebacker a little bit last year, but he's 6'1", 225-pound senior. And when the opportunity came up, we had a guy get hurt early in the season, actually in camp. He stepped in and has played the role of tight end pretty well this year, coming in, stepping in, blocking, just adding to that offensive lineman. And if anybody doesn't think that the tight end is an offensive lineman, trust me, he is an offensive lineman. Back in the day, historically, our tight ends used to get a heck of a lot of catches because they were catching the ball over the football. They were running in the flat. We had a lot of special tight ends that could really run some great routes. So I just want to give a shout-out to Princeton saying, doing a good job his senior year, stepping in, getting on the field when we needed them.
I want to give a shout out to a fan, and whoever send your name. I want to give you a show to recognize you. They're listening to us from Valentine's in Nashville, and I believe that's a country establishment in Nashville, Tennessee. So if you don't mind, whoever that is, give us your name. I want to recognize you.
It says watching from the top of Valentine's Country Bar, Nashville. I like it.
Number 38, Jacob Gilbert, checking up on the play.
So we've had Israel.
We're all over.
And Nashville tonight. Of course, all the Plano, Texas, and of course the local guys too.
Puerto Rico.
Okay, we're gonna create a passport. All right, the Patriots up to the line of scrimmage.
35-yard line.
They got the twins near side, split twins Splits to the right. Back to pass at Guggenheim. Throws it backside pass. Has a guy, and it's going to be caught for the touchdown.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Did he catch it with one hand?
Williams with a two-handed catch in the end zone, and there's a flag near side. Let's see what happens.
Flag on the play.
Let's see.
It looked like maybe it was holding. He might have got number 75. Looked like he's complaining like he got tackled.
I hope not. Oh, legal man downfield. You got to be
goodness.
kidding me. What a catch by Williams is going to be negated by a lineman down the field.
Well, what happened is I think Colin felt the rush, and he tried to flip his hips and throw it backside and didn't quite get his feet underneath him, almost like he was throwing off his back foot, and more of a line drive throw, trying to get it out there a little quicker. And it almost looked like to me that Williams almost caught it with one hand. You said it was a two-handed grab, but a great catch, being able to fight the defender and get it
Nonetheless,
down.
it was a beautiful catch.
Oh, yeah.
Well, perfect executed pitching catch, and I hated that we had a lineman downfield.
Of course.
So it moves the ball back to the 40. 1st and 15. Now, we're going to have no time. I'm going to ask Walt about the rules as on coach because he's
Those
involved
offensive
with a play.
linemen, huh?
But he's involved with a play.
Yeah.
I'm going to let him explain it. It's kind of funny. Coach Rob told a good story, but I want to hear from the horse's mouth, though. 28 seconds to go in the half. Twins near side, split out wide right. Guggenheim back to pass. He's in trouble. Setting up the screen. Oh, perfectly set to Smith.
Get there. Get out front. Lineman, there you go.
Set the
Good
guy
kick
to the
back.
30 near side, and he's going to be slung down. No, breaks 2 tackles. He's tackled at the 22-yard line. Has the first down.
And might be time for a timeout.
Yep.
If we have them. We got 3. Call a timeout. There you go. Get in his face.
16.9 to go in the half.
And Kevin, the coaches talked about maybe wanting to go a little bit of shotgun.
Yes.
Not necessarily double twins, but maybe a little shotgun and work on it because, like we've said plenty of times, in the end of the season when something comes, it's head-to-head. You're fighting a battle 21-21, and you're going in with a minute left. You got to go in your 2-minute offense, find out who wants to be tough, who wants to get in there and battle and catch the football. You know, in double twins and shotgun, you got 4 receivers out there.
True.
You know, or you have some running backs that are out there in the slot. But, you know, you got to find those guys that down the stretch who are going to play, who's going to want to go up, just like Williams just now, and make the tough grab when he has his opportunity. So we'll see what they have here with just under 17 seconds left to play in the second quarter.
Yep.
But
a listener asking, is Colin's foot affecting his throw? I would say no. Though he's not 100%. No, it's not.
I know. I think Colin is plenty strong enough to be able to get that ball out of there. I think he just hurried it a little bit when he found the rush. And, you know, like I said before, when you're a right-handed quarterback and you have to drop to your left and flip your hips, sometimes it's hard to get that thing rotated where you can get back on top of your throw. So, you know, just one of those things. But I tell you what, he's still super, super strong. He can throw the ball a good ways with not even have great technique, having to speed up and do that.
We got 16.9 to go in the half. 1st and 10 from the 22. Good news, Danny. We can call whatever we want because we have 2 timeouts left.
That's right. I love screens. I'm so glad they call. I used to love that with those big offensive linemen getting out front, getting down the field. You saw him check back and get that guy that was in pursuit from the backside. Because a lot of times as a running back, you're trying to feel it out, and you're looking for those blocks that are set up, and all of a sudden you come pick off that guy that's pursuing behind you.
Yep. All right, we're going to line up with a split twin. It looked, they had another injury. I didn't realize they had an injury
No,
as
me
well.
either. Sorry about that. Number 52.
Yeah. You know what? He was on the sideline on the Patriots side of the field, so we didn't see him.
That is, let me see here who they have. Zabian Bhutan. And he's gingerly getting off the field. And it looks like we got.
All right, we got split twins to the left. Crum is the near side halfback. Smith, the right side halfback. Ball is on that right hash mark. 16.9 to go in the half. The white hat blew to play for whistle. There we go. We're ready to go. We'll give it to Crum over the center. Crosses the 20, fighting hard to the 18-yard line. We're going to call that second timeout with 10.3 to go. So now we got to throw the ball a couple times.
Those officials have to know, Kevin, is it as soon as his knee hits, you have to be looking at the sideline and know, hey, this guy's obviously going to call a time. Those 2 seconds that they let
Well,
off
you know,
the
I'm
clock
sure Coach JT probably told him we're probably going to run it when he's down. We want a timeout as well.
But they took too long for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Get that thing blown dead. But 10.3 left here in the first half. And
Offense coordinator, Mr. Winprime, what are you calling here?
Where am I at here? 2nd down and 7. I'm on the 18-yard line. I'm calling what do I have? 1 timeout or no timeout?
You have 1 left.
I'm calling an out route to the top of the field.
Well,
here.
it says 0. I think we have 1, but
Yeah,
the board says 0.
I'm calling an out route here to the top of the field. Try to get him around the 5-yard line. If you can make a guy miss and score a touchdown. If not, catch the ball, get out of bounds. You got one
All
play
right,
left inside.
Let's say we had no timeouts. You do the same play?
No timeout. Yeah, I'm still running the same play.
Right.
Still running the same play.
However,
maybe something a little bit more vertical.
If we get tackled in bounds, though the clock stops, I would come up and clock it and get the field goal team in.
Yep.
Ball's at the Eagle 18-yard line.
That might be tough. But
the board says
maybe
0.
not.
I thought we had 2 left.
I thought we had 1 left after this.
The listener says Jeff Curtis used some old plays from his Tulane days. Believe it or not, we kind of do a little bit.
Well,
within
there
our
are some
formation.
deviations of some of the things that we already do.
Right.
You know, back in the day we said, man, we probably have like 5 plays. Well, those 5 plays have kind of turned into a little bit more of an open offense that we could run different things off of.
All right, split twins to the left, ball in that right hash mark. Guggenheim back to pass, and I believe they call timeout near side.
Goodness gracious.
Coach Maye called timeout.
I hate that because the officials allowed us to come off of the ball to read our routes and see where we were.
Well, they better put some time back on the clock. It says 9.8.
Yep.
It was 10.3, I believe.
Yeah, so it looked like, actually, Kevin, we were running vertical, maybe a curl on the outside in a flat route from the inside coming out like a little arrow route. So I'm not sure. That's what it appeared to be, but I'm not exactly sure. But, you know, get your – and look, another thing is with 10 seconds left, if you have an opportunity to catch the ball in the middle of the field inside the 5 with no timeout, that's okay. Give your guy – we always talk about giving a guy an opportunity to make a play.
Right.
You catch the ball in the middle field, you make one guy miss, you score a touchdown.
I agree.
You know? But what would we do if the game was on the line? We'd set up, we'd kick a field goal, we go in and win this thing and head out. But these situations are the ones that you need to practice early in the season because, like I said, prepare for the things that you have to do later on.
Right.
This will be a chip shot from McCready.
All right, they put it back, 10.3. I was right.
Let's see how they're lined up.
They're going to keep that ball in that right hash mark.
See if they're going to be too high or maybe nickel.
Looks like they have a nickel in there.
Backside.
All right, same formation, split twins to the left.
Second down for the Patriots.
10.3 to go. Guggenheim back to pass. He's in trouble. Big time trouble. He's going to have to run it. He does. 4.5 seconds. Does he go out of bounds? He does not. There's a late flag. He's out of bounds. Oh, hit late. They don't call it. But I think they're going to call a block in the back on us.
Big hit, big hit.
And let's see, is that the last play of the half? It depends on the flag.
Just short of the goal line.
What's the call?
I'll tell you what, Colin put his head down. He was smelling that end zone. He really tried to get in there, and he took a hit. And as a former quarterback, I love that tenacity, but as a coach, you got to say,
Blocking
man,
it back on us.
Protect yourself. And then when you do something silly like that, but hey, obviously that's not the way we drew it up.
No.
You're gonna try to make something happen here at the end of the game, and of course, when your quarterback's rolling, you're gonna have silly things like that happen. But it's obviously we didn't get done what we wanted to.
So at the one half of play, it's the John Curtis Christian Patriots 14, the Parkview Baptist Eagles 0.
Let me get myself set here, brother, for our premier halftime sponsor, our good buddy, Dr. D, already calling in and talking to us and checking in right here with the broadcast team. So we want to say thank you to our premier halftime sponsor, Faubaca Health Direct Primary Care. Go check him out. He's got monthly, quarterly, or yearly payments, in-house pharmacy with discounted meds for members, discounted labs, imaging, x-rays, and ultrasounds. $50 a month, perfect for employers that can't afford expensive insurance premiums. Same-day appointments, and always makes you feel right at home. Go see Dr. D at 8231 Jefferson Highway in Harahan, or give him a call at 504-336-4400. Or go check him out. You need to lose a little weight? Got some extra pounds on you? Go see him for that. Ideal Protein Protocol. Losing weight isn't easy, but try to make it simple with Ideal Protein Protocol. Go see Dr. D. It's like having a doctor in the family. 336-4400. Faubaca Health Direct Primary Care. Thank you for your support of the Patriots.
Our first half highlights go like this. The Patriots got the opening kickoff and went on a 7-play, 73-yard drive, took 2:14 off the clock, going to the 1-yard touchdown run. McCready's PAT made it Patriots 7, the Eagles 0. The Patriots had one more scoring opportunity as they had first and goal at the 7, but ended up going backwards and turned the ball over. And that's how the first quarter ended. And then after the Patriots defense held Eagles, they went on a 17-play, 80-yard drive, took 7:41 off the clock, Wren had a 1-yard touchdown run, and McCready's PAT made it Patriots 14, Eagles 0. Danny, your assessment of the first half?
Well, besides the obvious turnover, I think we played pretty well. You know, the offense controlled the football. Obviously, I'd like to see 7 or 14 more points on the board, but the offense did a good job of controlling the football. Their offense controlled it a tiny bit, but the defense stepped up when they needed to. They made it happen. Another big turnover by the Patriots on defense. Special teams, we want to see a little bit more of it. Hadn't really been able to get a kick return or a punt return, but I want to see some of that in the second half. But, you know, a good first half for the Patriots. Pretty solid. Let's build on that.
Yep. Here we're getting Walt set up real quick. We're going to get him into our broadcast, and we're going to throw this on. Watch your step there.
There we go.
Get a turn to get heard here. For all you guys watching on the live broadcast, we started this in 2011. It was on Coach JT's 500th victory game, and we just interviewed a bunch of Patriots, and we called it the Parade of Champions interview series. So ever since then, when we see an alumni, or if we know we'll be in the area and there's an alumni in the area, we invite them to come up to the press box and do an interview. And so tonight, I guess, is Walt Sanchez, class of 1977, who's also one of our pregame sponsors. So first of all, Walt, thank you for all you do for the Patriots, and thank you for sponsoring us and for joining us tonight.
Oh, no, man, my pleasure. It's always fun to come whenever I can get a chance to get over here. You guys get close to Lake Charles, where I'm based, and so supporting the team is really the least I can do.
Awesome. A few questions we just always start off with first. Tell our listeners, when did you attend John Curtis Christian School, and what activities were you involved in?
Well, I got to Curtis in '73.
Okay.
That was my freshman year. We went to school at St. Matthew's across the street, but my dad's best friend in college was Larry Manguno.
Come on.
And so that was a connection to get over to Curtis. And so we were there from '73 to '77, and that was the years we went 3-3-1 or whatever it is. We had those seasons before things kind of gelled. And then, of course, Coach Gatch came in and brought in the Veer from, I believe, North Carolina, and things changed from there. We went to just playing one side of the ball. I think that was a big transition for us, too. Everybody just played one side, and that when put in the Veer, it all kind of changed.
Besides football, were you involved in any other activities? Or was it
football? Key Club and other activities. I think, just a whole bunch of other stuff. Mr. Manguno was our Key Club sponsor, and so we did a lot of activities with that along those lines. Yeah.
Before I turn to Danny, because I know Danny has a couple questions, but I just want our listeners to know that Walt was on our very first state championship team, but he's also, when Coach Rob, who was never far from the program, when he left us and went to Southeastern, he was a scout and a part-time coach on the 75 team. And he came back full-time in 1976, which would have been your senior season.
Absolutely.
So you are a member of the very first group of Yogi's Bears.
Yeah,
Talk about that a little bit.
And he even worked with us back in '73 and '4. He would come there for camp ahead of time. We used to go to camp for 3 days, 10 days at a time, and Coach Rob worked with us from then. In fact, if you know the drawing of Coach with the mustache, that's my brother Bill who drew that.
Yes,
and that's on those shirts and stuff like that.
And I'm glad it's lasted this long too.
It really has. It really has. And so Mike, he was always an important part of my life and my brother's, and of course everybody who ever played for him knows the impact he had on him. And so, we were really glad when he finally was able to get finished and come back and stay with us full time.
Nice.
Well, we appreciate you being up here, buddy. They don't make good-looking guys like this anymore.
No.
And let me tell you, the funny thing is,
line, too.
No, this is what I tell you. The funny thing is guys back in the '70s, Kevin, looked like this when they were in 8th grade. They had the full mustache like the old Ronnie Renatzes, and they could get bear claw and get in there and get you.
First day I showed up, about 115-pound silhouette freshman, and there was a guy 6'4", about 235, got a Budweiser beer cap and a full beard, and I thought he was a coach. It was Percy Miat, who was a senior, and I really thought this guy was one of the coaches.
Tulane,
absolutely. Went to Tulane, and he had real quick feet, played line for them, and it was different. And you said Ronnie Renatzes was born with a full beard.
Yeah.
He really was.
Kevin and I talk about that all the time. When we showed up at Curtis, the guys even looked different. They were tough. They were just bare knuckled, just get after you, and that's funny. We talking about that. But Walt, go ahead.
No, you go first. Go ahead.
Yeah, the first time that I actually met you and heard you speak was at Coach JT's roast. When you got up at the end, talked a little bit about kind of what the program meant to you, how you started out, what Coach JT meant to you and the family. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I mean, I really, look, I've been very fortunate. I came out of Curtis, went to LSU, went straight into law school, and I've been in practice there for about 34 years in Lake Charles, and I have a firm with 4 other attorneys who work for me, and it's been great. But I can tell you, and I tell my attorneys who work with them, if it wasn't for JT, Coach Rob, Mr. Manguno, and my parents, those people set the work ethic and told me how to prepare not only for football. They don't ever teach you about preparing for football. It's preparing for life.
Right.
And it really is. I would never have been able to make it through law school and do the kind of work that I do without that kind of preparation.
You mentioned at that roast when you got to speak, you went to go interview for a clerkship job, and having John Curtis on your resume, talk about that and how it opened the door for you.
I was in my last year of law school, and that beginning of that first semester of law school, you start interviewing for permanent jobs, and I had plans to go back to Lake Charles to go practice, but I got a request to interview with a firm. Well, a firm out of Lafayette contacted me, about a 15-lawyer litigation firm, and so I went ahead and kept the appointment. A senior partner came in, and I said, I wanted to interview you. He said, no. He said, well, I used to ref, I follow high school football, and I know you played for JT. I said, if you can play for JT Curtis, you can come practice law with me. And I told JT, and I wrote a letter, and he put it up in the old trophy case for a while. It doesn't matter whether I take the job or not. It was even then people recognized the value of JT and the hard work and the way that you approached everything you did.
Now, people don't realize, you mentioned your brother Bill drew this Yogi's Bear logo in 1976, which I didn't know. He brought it back my senior year 30 years ago. But I didn't realize the history until when after Coach got sick, and I said, Coach, we're going to redo that shirt and make money. And that's how I really got to know you and Bill, and we raised a lot of money off the shirt. Anyway, just talk about, there was a shirt made with that logo, and there's a bunch of rules that Coach Rob would write down through the years. And I don't know, it's like 7 or 8. And it says something about the lineman should not catch a screen. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about what happened.
And Daniel, note, the only time you ever hear an offensive lineman's number, something bad happened.
That's right.
Okay? It's a senior. We won my junior year. We beat Notre Dame McCrowley. Benji Thibodeau was the nose guard. We beat them. We went back. We're playing them in Tulane Stadium. And it's 14-7. We're down. It's right at the end of the game. And I saw the film last year. I got proof now. We're down to the last about 30, 40 seconds, and they call a screen on my side to try to get away from Benji. So they drop back, and I'm going in. I think it was Lenny Dubrock or somebody was supposed to come out, and he fell. And as I turned to go ahead and see where he was, the ball hits me in the chest. So I caught the ball. I got about 4 yards before I got creamed by Benji Thibodeau, who was in the center of the field. The guy was so fast, he caught me before I got back to the line. But, that's it. So one of his primary rules, he teaches every offensive lineman now, is what he did when he was there. Don't catch the screen pass. And so that's my contribution to Curtis fundamentals.
So Benji, I'm way young. I was 4 when y'all won the first championship. I knew of Benji being a Tiger fan in the late 70s. He went on to be an academic All-American and All-SEC defensive lineman at LSU. And then when Brian Strapolo graduated in the class of 82, he goes to Nichols. There were so many Thibodeaus. Like the second or third brother below Benji went to Nichols State with him.
Oh, did he?
So 30 years ago, this fall of 88, it's my senior year, and Dr. Thibodeau opened a practice in the River Ridge area, and the littlest, well, he wasn't too little, but Robert Thibodeau shows up to campus and was a man-child as a sophomore and started for us and was an all-state by saying, of course, he went to LSU and did well there, but so the Thibodeaus at Notre Dame and Crowley had a long history.
Absolutely.
And it's funny, Curtis and Notre Dame have always played in the New Orleans area. We've never gone to Crowley to play them there.
No, in fact, we played at Tad Gormley Stadium my junior year for the state championship, and Governor Edwards was the governor of the state at that time, and they showed up with a bunch of buses, and he was there in a big limousine to give the trophy to the winner. And all of a sudden, about 5 minutes left to go, we took the lead, and it was pretty much clear that things weren't going their way. And we heard the sirens. Before the end of the game, we heard the governor leaving, so he didn't have to give us the trophy, so we got it ourselves.
Nice. I tell you what, a lot of people don't understand what it was like at Tad Gormley. The field was hard, and just talk about the game. And I know some of the stories you've said, Benji Waters having a block Benji Thibodeau and holding him, and Benji was crazy. Just talk about that whole game.
Thibodeau was just so fast that one of the things that he finally had to do is when we were doing basically 3-13 or center blocks along those lines. If it was coming on my side, I was the left guard, and my brother Bill was the tackle on that side. If it was coming on my side, I actually had to hesitate a count, and he would get pressure from the other guard on the other side first. He would hit him and go, because you wanted to get him moving in that direction because he was so fast, his reaction, and then that's how we were able to block him, because we actually misdirected him before the ball was snapped.
Gotcha.
And that was it. And that worked for 3 halves. The first game, and then the first half of the second game, my senior year, and then I guess they saw it at halftime, and they backed him up. They didn't play him in nose guard anymore. They moved in middle linebacker, and he was just too fast. He was quick as a cat.
Stories that Benji Waters, I said, was just getting in fist, like, he's holding me, And of course, in that same game, the very first touchdown was actually almost shouldn't have happened because it was a halfback pass that bounced.
Exactly.
And Dubach threw it to
Chris Strapola.
Yeah.
Chris Strapola was the guy who caught it. Yeah, it bounced, and it was just.
Or Earl Ostrick threw the ball.
Earl Ostrick threw it.
I'm sorry.
But he was down. Yeah, I think it was Earl. That's right.
Yeah.
And it was just, it looks like a fluke, but it was meant to be. And look, it set all this in motion. And of course, it's just been great to come back and watch what's happened on this field and what these players are doing.
And then Steve Downey kicks the most valuable extra point in the school history
of all time.
Because that's the difference. Because they come back and score a touchdown, and you listen to David Gilmore. Gilmore kind of helped save the day because they decided to go for 2.
Yes.
But he told me the story with the jersey switch. So he didn't have 85 or something. He had to wear an 84 number, but it wasn't in the program. So another guy got credit for him, and he made a tackle on the quarterback, and the guy fell down by like a yard shy of the goal line, and that's how we won 13-12. But if you listen to these guys in the 70s tell these stories, I mean, I bust a gut laughing. It's so funny. So
it really is.
And
Kevin and I were talking about this earlier about how when Coach JT and those guys coached you guys, they were my age. They might have been younger than me. So they were full of just a bunch of toughness and grit. And you guys were dealing with guys our age who were really ready to get down and dirty and coach you the way that really you're supposed to be coached.
JT, look, down on all four stance, he hit you and block you. I mean, they were physically involved in practice every day. Yeah. I'm telling you, it really was.
Well, though we got a listener saying, talking about how nice the Sanchez family is. For your younger brother, Chris, who's doing really well with Piccadilly, they're saying here that he also played in a band, a trombone and a jazz band.
Chris played the trombone. He played the trombone after football, and he had interesting experiences during the time that Curtis marched in parades.
Nice.
I'll figure that after the end. But he definitely was musically talented, and Chris was the best athlete of all of us. Chris was tall enough, and USL was looking at him at that time to play offensive line, and he blew his knee out early in the season, and so he ended up finally being able to come back, and he played his senior in a state championship game when they won. But he was the best athlete of the bunch of us.
My freshman year was the 10th anniversary of y'all's first state championship game in '85, and that's when we brought the red jersey back with the stars.
Right.
We had a anniversary for you guys. In my first Thanksgiving practice, I didn't understand, what was going on. And Glenn Tavin and Gilmore and a couple guys showed up, and they kept doing that through my years. And then I started coming back, and now the Thanksgiving practice is so big because of the stuff that you guys do. I'm just gonna throw some names out there, and it's kind of a motley crew, but these guys are awesome. Chris Shelley, Doug Carter, Scott Trahan, the Doc is up in the receiver out in Auburn. Jim Phillips. All these guys, Lenny Dubrock, Gilmore. Gary Greaves, the shortest cornerback, greatest sex story ever. 2 Sanchez's, Benji Waters. I'm just throwing these names out. Renata, these guys, Doug Carter. What a motley crew you guys were.
It was, and I will tell you that the worst whipping we ever got was at practice. Okay, I'm telling you, if we were having to block guys like Steve Downey and Doug Carter every day, and Ronnie Renatza, it prepped you for whatever you had to do. Friday nights were a lot of times they were a whole lot easier.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
No, we appreciate this opportunity, Walt, because Kevin and I, on the way up here, the hour drive, there's a lot of stuff we're talking about. He always calls it the ghost of Patriots past and guys before us. So we appreciate you guys really paving the way. We're not sure that these kids, they quite understand the things that you guys went. It's a different era now. And let's just face it, the era is a little different. But we talked to Coach JT. Coach JT says kids haven't changed. Kids still want to be loved. They still want to be led. They still want to be coached. They want structure, like you said. But back in the day, it was a little different, and we appreciate you guys taking the opportunity, paving the way for us, because they might not know who Walt Sanchez is from back in the day. We do now. I know Kevin. Kevin and I have been doing this for 8 years now. I didn't know Kevin. I knew of Kevin Fayard before then, but now we're good friends. So us having the opportunity to do these broadcasts and to call these things, these kids are now going to hear from you that they've had some of the same memories that you're talking about and some of the same coaches and some of the same opportunities. So it's nice for us to be able to do that. So some of those names of Ghosts of Patriots Past can come back and share some of those things with these kids.
Well, look, these kids go back and watch tomorrow or even later tonight. They're going to go watch this broadcast. So here's your opportunity. If you want to talk to the team, what do you want to say from being true to the same dirt that they have or they're doing now? What would you tell the guys?
And I think it was something that it doesn't hit you until you leave.
Correct.
Because the coach can tell you about how important preparation is and how important being mentally ready to do whatever you're going to do. But it's not until you leave and you start getting into real world and you start seeing the way other people handle their affairs and stuff along those lines when you really appreciate and start to understand what they mean about how important it is to take care of those details, to be focused, to go ahead and know your assignments, to prepare for whatever you're doing. It's the most important thing that I have as a background to be able to practice. Well, you get an education at school, and I did, but the mental preparation that we learned at Curtis and for practices and games and everything else, I carried it in a courtroom every day. It really is just like a game.
Well, when Walt's saying that, you know what it brings to mind to me is that college coaches, these kids obviously want to be recruited, okay? But when you play at John Curtis, college coach wants to come to John Curtis.
Sure.
He wants to see that practice that's structured, and he knows that these guys are out there working their butts off, and he could go into Coach JT's office and meet with him and talk intelligently about a kid and get a realistic picture of who he is, what he is, how hard he works. And when you go to other schools, trust me, as a college coach, it's very, very different.
Well, and the one thing they know, if they're going to see a kid at Curtis, they know that they've got
That's
what
right.
they see on the field is what they're going to get, because Curtis is going to maximize his potential.
Sure,
so
sure.
they're going to know what they're going to get when they
Sure.
bring somebody into their program.
All right, well, you told us what happened during school, Curtis, and then at LSU and afterwards. What's an interesting fun fact that nobody knows, or you don't mind sharing, a hobby or something that you like to do that you don't mind sharing with everybody? Something interesting about Walt Sanchez.
Look, I've got 4 kids. This is the fun part right now. I now have an empty nest again for the first time in about 2 years. It was empty for about 18 months, and so my son moved out to go. He's at college at McNeese, and my daughter moved down here to go to her MBA at LSU. And so Fran and I are just kind of enjoying that time just in life, just to kind of relax and enjoy a little peace and quiet.
Nice.
Raising children's a great thing, and I love them all, but, it's not so bad. When they're on their own, it's not so bad.
That's funny.
It's a listener saying, hey, tell Bill some of those football memories are vivid, in the minds of an old guard, when Walt. Yep.
Well, and I'll tell you a thing about Curtis. At least when I was there, because we didn't have on our senior, we didn't have any real athletes that would play on Division I or anything along those lines. But JT would take the coachable ones like us, and we would play offensive line. Then the raw natural athletes were playing on defense. Those guys were the Carter and Natsa and Little Dubrock. Of course, he was Little Dubrock then, because Leonard was turned out to be huge. But that's that was the one thing that we knew our place. But the benefit was we knew the snap count, we knew where the ball was going, and
awesome.
we used everything we could.
That's awesome. Well, before we let you go, Robert's gonna take a picture. If you don't mind, we'll take a picture for our archives for everybody. Make sure it all happened here, and we appreciate you. Cool.
We appreciate the opportunity, brother.
Thank you for all you do for us as a broadcaster and for the school in general, and just being an awesome guy. We appreciate you.
No problem, guys. You all do a great job. It's fun listening. I've been on the other sideline, but I've been listening to you guys call the game. So
Nice.
I like it every time you do it.
Good deal.
Y'all do good. Thanks, man.
Love you, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Y'all have fun.
Yes,
Walt
sir.
Sanchez, class of '77, of course, one of our pregame sponsors. It doesn't get any better than that. And
No, it's
I knew of him and stuff, and then I got to meet him the night of the roast. And then 2.5 months later, Coach Rob gets ill, and it was a matter of minutes. Set up a committee. We had a meeting, and next thing you know, within the first 24 hours, I was already in touch with Bill, Chris, and Walt, and other guys. And then 2 months later, we had an awesome reunion fundraiser, raised $22,000 in one night, $67 in total for Coach. But it was during that process I got to know Walt and Bill very well. But it was also because of doing the broadcast, and that's what I appreciate more than anything else. Besides being a Patriot and having 3 state championship rings, is that doing the broadcast has opened up a lot of doors for me to meet those guys that I knew of back in the day, and now I have relationships with them.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And I think it's so awesome for these young kids, like you said, to be able to come back, listen to these broadcasts, and understand that, man, they were doing it back then. It was the same thing, the same work ethic, the same heart, the same dedication and determination, and we're carrying it on today.
We chew the same dirt, but the dirt's a little more moist than it was back in the day, right?
There you go. That's right.
All right, the boys are about to gather up real
See
quick.
if we can get them. But what a good guy, man. Walt's just a great character guy, and it's nice to know that guys like Walt are successful today. They came out of the program, and they're doing very well along with his 2 brothers.
Well, he's the one that actually started our advertisements. It was in year 3. It was 2013, and it was after the first game against Bergen Catholic. And we had such that great summer with raising money for Coach Rob. And he was impressed with the broadcast, like he said, and he said, you know what, I want to donate some money. And that kind of started And we realized, you know what? And then that's when Robbie said, well, we need some equipment, this and that.
Right.
And that's how it was started. But
Perfect
unsolicited
opportunity for that to happen.
He saw an opportunity to help better the program, and fortunately for him, he has the means to do it. And he says, guys, what do you need? What can I help you with? And I'll say, well, I don't know. And he's like, I'm going to give you some money. I said, well, okay,
and here's the bottom line, Kevin. The listeners really need to appreciate that, because here's why. Everything these days are going to paid sites.
Yes.
Because of guys like Walt, we haven't had to do that yet.
Right.
Because we've had thousands of dollars in sponsorship money to be able to buy new equipment, to be able to keep us on the air, to be able to travel to Baton Rouge, to be able to travel to Shreveport, and do the things that we do. So we appreciate those guys. We appreciate all of our sponsors that we mention each and every week. So, yeah, great opportunity. And look, stay involved.
Yes.
And if you want to be involved, call Jeff Curtis at the office, 737-4621. This year are the most sponsors that we've ever had.
Yes.
I think we have 11 sponsors this year.
That's awesome.
It's incredible support because of guys like Walt. So we appreciate you if you're out there giving your time, giving your energy, giving your effort, and, of course, some of your finances to make this possible.
Yep. You know, the listener said, you know, Walt looks like he still play. You're right. He still does.
He probably could.
And the Latino looks. He's
But I'm telling you,
too.
the offensive linemen get skinny and the quarterbacks get fat. I'm still sticking by it. But, yeah, and a good-looking guy, man. He's doing great, and we appreciate him taking his time to get up here.
A great friend, too.
Yep. Just a good guy. Like I said, you talk about Coach Rob, the epitome of what a Patriot is, and there's no doubt in my mind maybe why Walt is, of course, having a great family unit as well. But when you see some guys like that, and they were tutored and coached and taught by guys like that back in the day, Coach Rob, there's no reason that they shouldn't be successful.
And Coach Rob had a fraternity within the fraternity. Those offensive linemen, the Yogi's Bears, they always kept in touch and they had reunions and what have you. And that's why when Coach got sick, they had a reunion before the storm, and I said, we're going to have something. They had to have one more meeting before he would have passed away. Hey, let's walk it down, throw down to Gordon and the boys.
Here come your Eagles.
Let's go. Hey, listen to me. They're going to come out with that first series defense and try to set the tone. Set the tone right on the kickoff. Let's go.
And the Patriots take the field. Awesome.
Well, let's put it this way. Coach JT said it. When we saw Brenton Clofer knock the crud out of a guy 2 weeks ago on kickoff, that will demoralize a team. Offensively, when the whole crowd on this side has a hush. So go out there, set the tone on the kickoff, and then defense, right after that, give us a good 3 and out, and let's get that offensive ball back.
Yep, absolutely. We're seconds away from the...
But you got to hand it, Kevin, to these Parkview Baptist people. They really showed up in support tonight. Good-looking crowd out here. And it's a heck of a place to play. I mean, we don't mind driving the 1 hour drive to be able to play up here. It's a beautiful stadium, beautiful facility. And so far, if you're just joining us, we're up 14-0. We're about to kick it off in the second half.
And if you listen to us on the live broadcast, feel free to interact with us. Send us a text at 504-259-7690. Again, 504-259-7690. Give us your name and location. We'll give you a shout out. Feel free to continue to ask questions or make a comment.
Yeah, make sure you give us your name, because sometimes we're just seeing a number up here and we're not exactly sure who it's from. So keep in touch, talk to us, let us know where you are and who's listening.
Hey, Coach Nelson, Bobby Nelson, quarterback in the 81 state championship team, who also scored the very first touchdown ever in the Louisiana State Superdome Classic in 1981 when we beat E.D. White 21-17.
How about that?
He says, hey, I know Walter kind of discounted athletic ability, but make no mistake, those cats could play. You're right, Bobby. I agree.
Good deal.
And I'll tell you what, Bob, your groups weren't too shabby either.
No, I don't think so.
All right, McCready about to kick it left to right. Rivers, the far side halfback. Tolliver, near side. Tolliver will field it at the 12-yard line, 15, and he's going to be breaking 2 tackles, running lateral at the 20. And
there you go. Nice
back
job.
Down to 16.
That's Chauncey Crum.
Great job there by Crum. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 16 with 11:51 to go in the third. The late Bill Curl, who passed away this summer, who helped us get on the broadcast. It was actually his idea to have all the state championship games in the Superdome.
Yep.
It took a few years, so it happened in 1981. Flag on the play there. And the Patriots AA played the very first game at like 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. And Coach Nelson scored the very first touchdown in the Superdome Classic. Did you know?
How about that?
Number 10.
But number 1 in your heart.
So the
And
penalty,
I don't see the penalty, Kevin. I'm not exactly sure what it was.
personal foul to the plate, it said.
Personal foul, okay.
That's going to move it all the way back to the Eagle
Tough place to start.
8-yard line. Can't tell if it's 8 or 9. We'll say the 8.
This 8.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. And they still haven't set the. Come on now, set that 25-second clock. Let's go. About to start it up. Here they come.
All right, here we go. Muley, the quarterback, under center. They're going to hand it off to Cyprian on a little sweep to the right. And he's going to be run out of bounds, but I believe he has enough for the first down, Danny.
Yeah, they obviously opened up that line of communication at halftime. See where they could maybe out-leverage the Patriots with a little speed sweep. And they did it there, picked up a nice first down.
Cody Sexniner, who's punting for the Bulldogs up at Mississippi State. Loves watching. You know, he's got a younger brother that's playing, and his older brother's now an assistant coach. We appreciate you.
Yep.
Eric Davis, class of 97, his son Cooper watching from Luling. We appreciate you.
What's up, B?
We'll come back with some more people checking in.
Eric, good baseball player.
Yep. First down and 10 from the 19-yard line. Twins receivers near side. Muley under center. He's going to hand it off to the running back up the middle, and Big E drug him down for a short gain of 2. Here's a list. I don't know who this is, so if you don't mind, send us a text that gives your name. Their son did not play football, Curtis, but was greatly influenced by Coach Robertson to this day because he shared a love of U.S. history.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, if you don't mind, text us back. Give us your name and your son's name.
Yeah, a lot of people don't remember. Well, they do remember how much Coach Rob loved U.S. history, just like Coach Corey with Louisiana history. Gurus, very, very intelligent, both of them.
2nd and 7, the gain of 3, they said. Ball at the 22-yard line. Muley runs option near side. He pitches it.
String him out. Get up,
Yep.
get up.
Defense. Nice job by Clover, but massaging him out of bounds.
Massaged them.
Want to give a shout out to Ryan Estes and Bobby Seafood. They're still in the house. They chicken tamales are rolling, he said.
Chicken tamales, huh? They're going to stay up late? Get up in there?
Jeff Bonet, who graduated in 95, he said, hey, do you know that Steve McCready's dad, Dr. McCready, did his physical when he joined the Army? I did not know that.
Huh.
And look, when Austin took the first snap of the game against Landy Walker, that's the first Patriots father-son combination to start our football game at quarterback. 3rd down and 6. They gave him 1 yard. Muley back to pass, looks to his right, fires it, going to be caught for the first down. Jane missed the tackle. Finally,
Clover's not going to miss it.
No.
He'll wrap him up.
Barfield got him as well.
Yep.
Number 8.
Span wrapped him up. Dominic Brown. Donald Clay. Zachariah Blake checks into the ball game. Krager runs out.
Oh, they got chicken and tamales.
Oh, chicken and tamales. How about that?
And then, of course, a few adult beverages are flowing. We're about to go join them when we game is. We have to hustle.
I just told you.
About the River
Tell them
Ridge.
to stay open, man.
Come on now.
Turn those lights on.
Bobby Seafood, the official sponsor of Fighting Patriot Football. Go check them out. Captain Ryan, take care of you. Tell them the voice of the Patriots sent you. 1st and 10. Muley's going to keep it. Runs to his right.
Ooh.
He got it to the 41-yard line.
Number 8.
Matthew Jane brought him down.
Keeper over the right side.
I think that was Donald Clay came in there and hit him pretty good.
All right, Danny, here's a request for you. You're being requested at the Patriot Nations Men's Club softball game this week. Said the playoffs start Wednesday. And they're making some noise.
I had hernia surgery 2 weeks ago. Sorry.
He gone.
Give me 3 more weeks, maybe.
Put a fork in there and he's done.
My wife said no. It's my 2nd in 2 years. Can't do it. Plus, I'm pretty bad lately.
Bill checking in Cyprus. Hey, I didn't get a chance. We, had a lot of questions, but we let Walt go. But Walt and Bill will watch us. Now Bill is in Cypress, Texas, which is outside of Houston.
Yeah.
Walt's in Lake Charles. They'll be watching on their laptops, but they'll also be FaceTiming each other while they
talking a little bit about the game back and forth.
And they'll send me a text. I know that because they'll text
That's cool.
saying, hey, that's what they're doing.
I like that.
They're awesome.
Yeah, we like to see people out there watching on the big screen, letting us know.
2nd down and 3 to do a little misdirection here to Rivers, and he's going to be tackled for a loss.
I was about to say, that's holding anyway.
Angelo got him with a big paw.
Rivers caught in the back.
Reminiscent of Ronnie Renato, that big old Bear Club.
Good job getting out there and making the tackle. Looked to me like they were going to throw the flag for holding. Did a good job of getting off the block, getting out there and making a one-arm tackle.
9:30 and counting here. Opening drive of the third quarter. The Patriots lead the Eagles 14-0.
Bring up 3rd and 7 for the Eagles.
Boys over Bobby's calling my name. We're going. Y'all stay open late for us, boys.
Oh, yeah.
We get Monday morning quarterback afterwards.
That's right. That's right.
On a Friday evening. Split twins to the right. They do have a wingback to the right as well. Muley back to pass. Looks near side. He's in trouble.
Oh,
he goes down.
Valentine, nice job.
Barfield and Valentine met the quarterback and got him down at the 32-yard line.
Great
That's
job.
Force a.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Is there a flag late?
Yeah, they threw a flag on, I think, I'm not sure what it was. I think it might have been Elinus kind of giving like the old no way signal, like, incomplete pass, chop, whatever. I'm not sure if that was what it was, but that was too late. It had to be something silly. Goodness gracious.
Unsportsmanlike conduct called on the Patriots.
So the nice defensive play is ruined with the penalty. And that'll be a first down for the Eagles. They're going to move it up to the Eagle 47-yard line. It would have been 4th and 13 from the 38.
That'll be a first down for the Eagles.
And we gave them a free first down. That will extend the drive.
First and 10 for the Eagles. At their 47-yard
The Patriots will have their first home game next week, next Friday, the 21st, at Tulane. So that's going to be the Hall of Fame game. And Coach J.T. Curtis is going to be inducted into the Curtis Hall of Fame.
That's right. That's right.
Though he doesn't want to, but how can I have the winningest coach in Louisiana history and the second winningest of all-time football not in our own Hall of Fame?
Our own Hall of Fame, exactly.
So you know how he is.
It is what it is, but he's gonna be there no matter if he wants it or not. It's happening. Yep. But I tell you what a great place to play high school football at Yeoman Stadium. As a college stadium, they did what they had to do with the neighborhood and all that sort of stuff. But as a high school stadium, man, that place could be a great place to play for years and years.
Yep. Unbalanced line to the right. First and 10. Patriots match them though with 8:30 and counting. They give it to the big fullback. Nowhere.
Stuffed.
Great job. The whole front four got him and then some. Clover even got in on the action.
Yep, Matthew, Jane, Clover, Valentine, Barfield. Great job right there.
Second down 10, 8:15 and counting. This is the opening drive of the second half.
Second down and 9. Ball's at the Eagle 48-yard line.
That's what I like about Clover, Kevin. He doesn't wait. He comes downhill with bad intentions to make a big collision. And, he does a good job reading it. Of course, as a safety, you got to stay back there. Recognize that the ball was handed off. He crosses the line of scrimmage. He was there in a hurry.
Well, we always like guys with nasty disposition on that side of the ball.
Yep.
They gave him one. I don't know how. They gave him one. Now they call timeout. So with 7:42 to go in the third period, timeout Eagles. It's the Patriots 14, Eagles 0.
Kevin, for that timeout, I want to say thank you once again to Moe's Pizza. John Curtis Christian School alum, Jeff Arsmith, class of 1986, and his wife Lisa. They're located at 1112 Avenue H in West Wego. Give them a call at 504-341-9650. They specialize in homemade hand-tossed pizzas, lasagna, meatballs and spaghetti, and muffaladas. Visit the website to see everything that they do, www.mospizzanola.com. That's M-O-S, pizzanola.com. 341-9650. Moe's Pizza, we appreciate your support of the Patriots. We got to talk him into doing delivery, Kevin. Huh? We got to talk to Jeff about doing delivery to River Ridge.
Ooh.
That would be nice. We'd get us about 10 larges. Invite the whole men's club. Invite the men's club over after the game. Woo, baby.
You know what? Hey,
doesn't get any better.
But Jeff's on the West Bank. Hey, East Bankers, it's just a bridge. Get over it.
Oh, seriously, it's like somebody said that to me like 2 years ago, and I said I'm not joking. From River Ridge, it literally takes me 8 minutes to get in Jeff's parking lot. 8 minutes. Oh yeah, and it's worth a 30-minute drive.
Yeah, like I said, it's just a bridge. Get over it, man.
That's it. Boy, I tell you what, you're so clever.
I like that muffalata, man. It's so good.
Yeah, you would.
And the pizza.
Yep. Good looking crowd out here.
Very. Second down, 9 Eagles at their own 48-yard line. Twins receivers to the right. They have a double slot with a fullback behind Muley. Quick pitch to Cyprian around that right
Tell you what, he's quick, but Valentine
Valentine
ran
him down. Sure did. Short gain, maybe 3 on the carry.
Great job. Tell you what, Valentine looked pretty darn quick himself. He looked like he was getting out of there. Valentine basically tracked him from the backside. Nice tackle.
Gordon, what's the feeling on the sideline over there? I know we hadn't had the ball yet. Defense been on the field the whole half so far. What's the mood?
Territory at the 48-yard line.
All right, good mood. I like it. Keep it going.
Technical
At
difficulty.
least it wasn't negative.
For the Eagles.
There we go.
He's over there taking a nap.
Defense got to make a stop right here, 3rd and about 5. And if we could do that here, like I said, that's in that zone on our side of the 50. They're probably still going to have to punt.
All right, you got a slot and twins near side. 3-step drop. Those
get
are to Rivers.
Keep him outside. Good job. Come up and get him.
He's going to have the first down by a yard.
Go up and get him.
Yep. Being hesitant.
Yeah.
Allowed him to get that 1 yard.
Kevin, when he, as soon as he catches the ball and he's crossed the line of scrimmage, he lines straight for his outside shoulder. You have guys inside help and go tackle him. If we go out there and meet him for the tackle, it's minus 2 yards on 4th down.
Mrs. Bunk checking in. She checked in last week. I believe she's an English teacher. She's saying, Moses needs to open up one right there by Curtis.
Whew,
I agree.
I like that. I might talk to him. We're gonna be you and I are gonna be investors.
Can you
I'll
imagine
put up the
Mose,
first 20.
if Mose had at Curtis lunch, he'd be sleeping at the lunch in class.
Seriously.
I know I would be. Muley with an option. He's lost. He gets tackled. Ran right into Big E.
Almost looked like it was a busted play.
He was. But he ran to the brick wall, number 92.
Yep. Yeah, you're not going to move that 305-pound frame too easy, especially when it's moving forward.
Well, they don't have his measurables on here, but if he's a $150, he's still going to run the saddle.
It says 6'2", 305.
No, I'm talking about the quarterback, Muley.
Oh, yeah.
42-yard line.
No, he's not going to be able to move Big 92.
No. And that's going to be the hydration break. So they've had it the whole quarter. So official hydration break with 5:53 to go in the 3rd period. It's the Patriots 14, Eagles 0.
And Kevin, one more time, I want to say thank you to Prep Fan Sports. Your one-stop sports shop is conveniently located at 70452 Highway 21 in Covington. Prep Fan Sports offers a wide variety of sporting goods, including famous brands such as Adidas, Under Armour, Easton, Wilson, Louisville Slugger, DeMarini, Rawlings, and so much more. Prep Fan Sports can accommodate all of your team uniform and equipment needs or simply individual players' needs. Please call Prep Fan Sports and ask for Adam or Jeff at 985-400-5552 for all your sporting good needs. Go Patriots. Prep Fan Sports, we appreciate your support of the Patriots. Oh, hey. There you go.
All right, it's unlike our defense, though we're still in control, to be on the field this long. We need to get off the field.
We got to get off the field, you're right. Even though it doesn't seem like they're really shoving it down our throat, they've been on the field too long. They've been able to take over 6 minutes off the clock.
I'm not charting their plays, but they're
counting.
getting close to 10, I would assume.
Yep.
2nd down, 11. They're going to fake the zip. Muley throws it over the middle of the field. Incomplete. He had him open.
He basically tackled Angelo on the backside at the bottom of the field down here. And that's ridiculous. You got to call that.
Great coverage there by Clover. 3rd down, 11. 5:37 to go in the 3rd period. The ball is going to be placed at the Patriot 42-yard line.
Angelo's going to the official telling him, goodness gracious, he basically tackled me.
Danny.
Yeah.
The coaches have been complaining about that since the 2nd quarter.
golly.
Number 72 and number 65 are both pulling the players down.
Man, I'll tell you, like Kevin and I always say, there's not anybody, as a junior, there's not anybody in the state that can really block Angelo one-on-one.
No.
So there's got to be something going on. They're pulling him down all game.
Muley looks for a screen near side. Angelo read it. It's complete. Brown had a tackle, missed him. They're going to run him out of bounds at the 38-yard line.
Barfield cleaned him up.
Yep. It'll be 4th down and about 9.
Yeah.
I think they got to go for it here. Down 14.
44 Parkview was there for the
I don't think about it. If they punt it in the end zone, it's only a net of 18 yards.
Yeah, I don't know if you have to panic yet, though.
No, I didn't say panic. I'm saying go for it.
No, I mean panic is in having to go for it. I think
they're going to do it anyway.
They might.
Well,
Hey, guys, we got a shout-out from the Boiler-Ons. They watching.
Oh, there you go.
you.
There you go.
And there's an astute listener. That 15-yard penalty is huge. You're right.
Yep,
Should have been off the field then. Officially 4th down and 8 from the 39. 5:27 to go in the quarter. Muley drops back to pass. Looks like he's in trouble. Barfield got him. Yes, sir. Stacked him at the 47. Woo! Got him on the ice call, and they'll take it over on downs with 5:20 to go in the third.
Well, Kevin, here's what it comes down to. The coach from Parkview has to say to himself, can my defense stop Curtis's offense for the rest of the game?
No.
And the answer is no. So you probably have to go for it. Like you said, they go for it. Defense shuts them down.
I like how we dictated that. You know what? We're going to rush the guy.
That's right. Yep. Go in and get him. And look, here's the bottom line, Kevin. If we get in there and rush guys, if we have to man up on the outside to receive, we can do it. We have the personnel to be able to man up and lock them down.
1st and 10, Patriots from their own 47-yard line. Ball in the middle of the field. Splits to both sides. Guggenheim power play to Smith, crosses the 50-yard line, breaks a tackle to the 46-yard line. Nice run there by Smith.
Smith with the carry for the Patriots. Number 3, Ian Pusha with the tackle for the Eagles.
I'm not sure if that was Chauncey Crum leading him. I'm pretty sure, but he pancaked the guy on the great block.
No huddle. Patriots back to the line of scrimmage. Power play near side. Chauncey has it, crosses the 40, dragging 3 guys to the 35. Nice run by Chauncey. It'll be a 1st and 10. Patriots with 4:49 and counting here in the third quarter.
You know what else I liked? When Chauncey made that little hop over the defender that was on the floor, 2 hands on the football. Nice job securing it.
Number 13.
All right, to all you listeners that were checking in last week, how do you handle the ball security?
That's
I
it.
think problem
That's
solved.
it. Well, and honestly, Kevin, that's how you should run until you get out of traffic.
Smith over the center. Cross the 30, 25-yard line. Should have another first down. Gain of 10 from Mackay.
We always taught that you keep 2 hands on it until you're 1 yard past the line of scrimmage. But if it's tight in there and you feel a little rugby scrum or you're getting hit or they have some tacklers converging, keep 2 hands on it.
Yep, 1st and 10 from the 25, ball in the middle of the field. Wren the left side halfback, Goins the right side. Goins takes it over the center. Short gain to the 22-yard line. Gain of 3.
Some of these base plays, Kevin, just going right after the defense. Offensive line blowing them off the ball, doing a good job. And the tempo here is pretty good. We're running guys on and off. Even though we're huddling up, we're getting that ball snapped.
I like how the defense was on the field for so long, got off the field, and now the offense is going no huddle, just taking it back to them, set the tempo. 4:12 and counting in the third period. The Patriots lead at 14-0, but we're driving. Googs checking off at the line of scrimmage. Wren and going to the halfbacks. We'll go inside, dive. Googs kept it.
It almost looked like he lost the ball because he tried to dive forward so quick. I wasn't sure there, but we just talked about his duck step earlier on how he does a great job of getting inside. But if he would have kept his footing, he had some big-time yardage to get there.
Got it at the 20-yard line, so it'll be 3rd down and 5. 3:38 and counting. We don't convert. Do you go for a field goal here, or do you try to go for the kill shot and try to get it?
I don't know. Let's see where it's at.
All right. Guggenheim power play near side to Wren. Breaks one tackle. He fights hard. He'll be short of the first down by a yard. Got it to the 16.
Number 3, Corey Wren.
Might be 2 yards.
17.
Might be 2 yards. So let's see here. I think you go for it.
3 minutes of counting.
4th and about a yard and a half, maybe 2. Probably 2 yards.
Let's call it 2.
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right. I like your aggressiveness this one, Brian.
We have 2 tights in the game?
Yes.
Sure do.
2 tight ends split to the right. Chauncey Crum's the left halfback. Let's see if we get to him over the left guard. Guggenheim's barking out the center. Could take quarterback sneak to the left if he wants it. Or to the right, both sides. We'll come to the right. Smith. Nope, didn't get it.
Stuffed us.
Yard short. So the Patriots turn it over on downs with 2:33 to go in the third. The Patriots still lead it 14. I like the call, just the execution wasn't there.
Yep. Got to get them off the ball. Offensive lineman got to blow them off the ball, and right there they gave us the shoestring tackle. As soon as we were at the mesh point, they basically shot in there and got us down. So good job by Parkview making the play when they needed it on 4th down.
Yep. They'll spot the ball officially at the 17-yard line. 1st and 10 Eagles with 2:33 to go in the 3rd.
Kevin, I don't think you can make a wrong call there, either going for it on 4th down or kicking a field goal.
I think I want to give it to Chauncey, though.
Either way, yeah.
Quick pitch up to Cyprian around the right corner. And he runs hard to the 25-yard line.
Right side and out of bounds for the Eagles.
There's an injured Eagle in the middle of the field there.
I agree about Chauncey, but you also don't want to make it a tendency.
No.
Throughout the season, you're always doing that.
I hear you. I'm just saying because he's got more weight in his pants, he can get in there.
Yeah, he's definitely rough.
However, not to discount Mackay, because Mackay has been running physically this year as well.
He has. But this is what I'll tell you.
Tell me.
When you have a junior quarterback and you line up to the line of scrimmage and you give him some time, he should be able to check it off and put the offense in the proper situation to run the right play. But you got to execute at the line of scrimmage. You have to pick up your blocks. You have to communicate as offensive linemen, and the running backs got to run very hard. Give it to Parkview. They made a play also. Got us down on 4th down. That injured players up and walking around.
Here's a question I'm going to answer.
Yeah.
Is Guggenheim better quarterback than what Wimprime was?
Who said that?
And I'm going to say no.
They didn't say that.
No. But he has the potential to be equally as good. But I will say this. Colin is cut from the same mold as Danny.
24-yard.
And both of them were both tougher than woodpecker lips.
Colin's probably a little faster than I was, I'll be honest with you.
Probably. But he's your style of quarterback.
Yeah.
I like him. But I would not say he's the better. But you also got to look at the surrounding cast. You play with a bunch of studs, too.
Well, and he's still got a whole nother senior year.
Correct. Muley keeps it around the right side, has the 1st down.
Unfortunately for Colin, just like me, Kevin, I wish we were both 6'4".
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's not the case. I'm 6 foot, barely, and Colin's probably about 5'11". But you know what? As a 17, 18-year-old kid, you never know how much you're going to grow.
No.
So I hope he gets another couple inches.
But I like his moxie and his toughness. He's like you and a few other quarterbacks you've had in the past.
Phenomenal. No doubt about it.
I'll just say this. As a 7th grader, he begged Coach JT for practice time and would practice with the varsity for the first 30 minutes.
Well, I told you this story. I'm playing for the Voodoo. Rodney comes down on the field, and I see this little kid. I don't know if I told you the story before.
His little cross handoff, misdirection up the middle for a short. Gets a rugby shot on his late flag. Go ahead, Danny.
So after the game, you're signing autographs and stuff, and you're standing on the field. And I see this little kid with a little ball in his hand, and he's over there just going, boom, hitting the walls. He's running around Rodney. He's rubbing on Rodney, and all of a sudden, boom, he's hitting on the walls. I'm like, who the heck's this kid? He's like, oh, that's my little son, Colin.
Like, okay. With him, huh?
Yeah. No, I'm like, look at this tough little sucker. He wants to get in there already. So it doesn't surprise me that he's matured and grown into the young man he has.
Well, the penalty on the Patriots is going to move the ball to the Eagle 37-yard line. This listener thinks you're the best in school history. Well, I'll say this: Danny's definitely the winningest quarterback in school history. Nobody has more wins or state championships as a starting quarterback. I'll give that to him.
Well, I can tell you
You're
this.
up there for sure.
We had a lot of fun, and that's for sure. I was able to win 4 state championships in football, 2 in baseball, and still best friends with a lot of the guys that played with back then. And it was one of the best times of my life, and great opportunity.
Yep, they do a quick pitch here to Rivers, and he.
Come on, get up there.
I don't know, got the first down. Might be a yard short.
Ooh, they're right at the sticks.
Let's see what the spot's going to determine that. It was 1st down and 2 because of the penalty.
For the Patriots.
I think it's going to be a half a yard short. They might want to measure it. 113 and counting here. They're going to measure.
I think they got it.
Did they? Okay. So, Danny, you're the first quarterback to win 3 state championships as a starter.
Yeah.
However, you weren't the first quarterback to start 3 state championship games. That goes to my quarterback, Billy Duncan, who, because of injury, Austin McCready's dad, when Steve was a senior in the semifinals, dislocated his elbow, couldn't play in a state championship game the next week. My quarterback, Billy, had to start the 86 game, and then as juniors and seniors, when we won state championships number 9 and 10, Billy got
let me tell you,
as well.
Billy was a taller, tougher, kind of a moxie quarterback
he was
as well. He wasn't. Billy wasn't a wimp. He was a big guy, and he was able to get in there. And I heard a lot of stories about his toughness from back in the day. Also, You know, so but here's the thing: when you talk about quarterbacks or receivers or linemen or anything, there's a lot of things that guys, they might have just been different players. One of them might have been faster or tougher or better or smarter. So there's a lot of different guys that I think could be on that same spectrum, but they might have just done things better at each time.
Right. I'll come back to that quarterback debate in a second. Minute 3 and counting. They're going to do a little option. Muley keeps a little reverse option, if you will. He's going to have a short gain to the 42-yard line. However, the best option quarterback that we've had in school history is probably one of the shorter ones.
Chris Strapolo. Yeah.
And that's the reason why nobody wears number 12 anymore. His jersey was retired. Yeah, he ran the option like a wizard.
Yep. Flicking the ball out there, not even seeing the running back, but have great pitch relationship because those guys were dedicated. They practice it every day. So that's kind of what I'm talking about, Kevin. Like, you never know, it's a really hard debate, and get off of the quarterbacks at any position.
Right.
You know, you could throw running backs in there, linebackers in there. Guys just played a little different, but we've had a lot of great players in school history.
Second down 7. They give it to the belly to the fullback, and he got the first down, but Clover stoned him. But he got the first down. The Patriot 48-yard line. 17 seconds to go in the third.
Number 13, Clover with the tackle for the Patriots.
So let's see if they get one more play off before the quarter ends. That might do it. Clock starts, so that might be it. They're telling them to hang tight. So that's going to do it. After 3 quarters of play, it's the John Curtis Christian Patriots 14, the Parkview Baptist Eagles 0.
Great job right there. And guys, of course, I want to thank another sponsor. Let's give it to Nations Lending. Nations Lending, our buddy up here in Baton Rouge, Mark Bowen. Give him a call, 225-573-8688. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing, Mark Bowen and Nations Lending can help you. Nations Lending offers FHA, VA, USDA loans that can even help those with 580 credit and above. Mark is a graduate of class of 1998, has over 15 years of mortgage lending experience, and is a proud supporter of the John Curtis Patriots. Like I mentioned, he can be reached at 225-573-8688, and his NMLS number is 587-641. Nations Lending Corporation is an equal opportunity lender. We appreciate your support of the Patriots.
Listener said that Colin, in their opinion, is more like Strapolo.
I don't agree.
I'm going to disagree with that.
Yeah, I don't agree.
For this reason, though they both had moxie.
Well, I'll put it this way. They're both very athletic.
No, without a doubt.
But I think Colin's a much bigger, stronger kid.
Yes.
And Strapolo probably ran the option a little bit more fluent.
He did, but he's the only one that was cocky enough to tell the defense, we're going to run. I'm going to hand it to this guy running right here and do it 4 or 5 times in the game and do it.
Well, that's like back in the day.
Yeah.
Like I said, like we said, when you got guys with mustaches that were Bulldogs that said, yep, I am going to run it right there.
Hey, linebacker, I got Greg Duback right here.
Exactly.
I'm going to hand the ball off to him off the right guard's hip and do it 4 times in a row and tell the guy and do it.
And then he's probably going to score.
Yeah.
I'm going to hand it to the next guy and then he's going to
score.
No
quarterback's going to do that nowadays.
Right. No. Not at all.
I'm telling you, those guys.
They'd probably call a flag on you if you try to do that.
The guys in the 70s were built different, man.
I'm telling you.
All right, we're going to flip the field now. So the Patriots are defending the north end zone, and we're going right to left. But Danny, the offense only had the ball 1 time. So I guess Parkview Baptist thinks the best defense is to keep the offense on the field and try to get some points out of it. 1st and 10 from the Patriots 48-yard line. They give it to the fullback up the middle again. Jane wrapped him up, threw him down, but he had a short gain of 1. 2nd down 9.
Hunter Reed with the carry up the middle.
Reed, the fullback, with the carry.
Number 92, Noel with the tackle for the Patriots.
Good job. The clock continues to run. 11 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the ball game.
So no matter what happens, whether they score, if we get it off the field and get the offense, it's going to be real important that the offense put some points on the board this next drive.
Yeah, we have to. We got to get more than 14 points on the board, Kevin, here in this game. Offense need to gain a little bit more confidence.
They actually gave him 2 on that. I don't believe it, but they did. 2nd down 8. Muley with the option near side, pitches it to Cyprian, and he fights hard. Clay wrestles him down to the 40-yard line, so 3rd down and 2.
Good job of Donald Clay shedding the block, getting up there and getting in the mix, making it happen.
Number 9, Clay with the tackle for the Patriots.
Got to get some more help inside out. Get to the football.
Yard line of the Patriots.
Yep, right at the 40-yard line, near hash marks. It'll be 3rd down 2. 10:50 and counting left to go in the ball game. The Patriots lead at 14-0. Split near side. They can send that near side slot back in motion and back to his line. Now they're going to give it to Cyprian at the middle.
Nice job right there. Clover coming off the backside on a blitz.
Got him.
Daryl Cyprian caught in the back.
Untouched. Tackle for a loss. Could be 4th and 4.
13 close.
Great job. I like that.
Man,
That's
got
the
there
second
in a
drive in a
hurry.
row on a critical down, 4th down or now 3rd down, where the defense forced the issue.
And Kevin, like I said, when you have guys that can match up outside, you get there in a hurry, and you have guys that understand football. He's coming from outside, but he knows that he might have to keep contained. If the ball bounces to him, it doesn't. It goes away, and he's right there to make the play.
4th and 4 from the 42. They're going to go for it.
Go ahead, Gordon.
Never mind.
No, never mind.
All right. You got twins on the top of the field.
That wasn't me.
Okay.
Muley, 3-step drop.
Get to
Towards
it.
it. Caught. And I think he's going to have the first down by a yard.
Oh, God, it's right
By
there.
a yard.
Right there. No, he's right at the sticks, Kevin.
Pass complete to number 5.
Actually, this guy to the bottom of the field walked out a little bit more. But, boy, we were in hot pursuit of that quarterback. He felt this coming. He double clutched on that ball. Thank goodness for him, he got rid of it. But, yeah, it looks like we're right at the sticks. They're going to call a timeout and measure.
It's going to be close, Danny. If he doesn't get it, it's going to be by the nose. I mean, he has to get to the 38, and it's my angle is tough to see where the ball is. I don't know if Gordon gets a good view from his side.
Yeah.
Visual measurement on the play.
But if he does get it,
He's on the 38. I think he's got it.
You think he's got it? Okay.
we're going to find out. Yikes.
Sorry about that. You know what's funny, though, Kevin, going back.
And he got it by nose.
First down for the Eagles.
How we talked about Walt. Some guys don't know who Walt was. They might not know who you and I are. But it's funny, a couple years ago, Rodney told me, man, Colin, just to keep this debate up a little bit, and we'll switch. But Colin came to his dad, and he goes, man, we were watching the Rummel film, and we had to pull film from 15 years ago.
98.
Yeah, because we never played Rummel. He goes, man, Mr. Danny was a beast. He was throwing the ball like 60 yards in the air. He was trying to run guys over and all. And I just laughed. And I said, these kids don't know us, like who we were or what we stood for and all that sort of thing. And like I said, you keep that debate going for all positions. But it's funny that, we get the chance to know some of the older guys that played with us.
Muley keeps it.
There you go.
Broke a tackle. Fell down for a short gain of 2. I tell you what, our defense is physical. We are smacking people at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we've got some great depth on the interior part of the line of scrimmage defensively, and we can really do a lot of things this year defense. Because I tell you this, you put so much pressure on the offensive line and the quarterback that good things are going to happen in the secondary because we got some guys that can really get after the football.
That we do. Second down 9, gain of 1. Muley keeps it himself, runs over to right guard. Tell you what, he got a good push to the 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and a long 1.
Roman Muley with the carry.
8:39 and counting.
Kevin, mom says she wants a muffalata from Moe's when you come in November.
Well, yeah, Mom and Dad are coming down.
There you go.
They're putting an order in. So don't worry about it, Mom and Dad.
3rd down and 2.
I think he'll take you out. He'll treat you to a pizza and muffalata dinner.
Oh, yeah.
He can handle that.
I'll make sure Jeff is there. We'll have some entertainment.
There you go.
8:15 and counting. They're going to call it 2. 3rd down and a long 2. They're going to move on the outside part of the 30-yard line. They're obviously going to go for it. They've been going for it since. Misdirection. Cyprian hurdles a guy, and he's going to have the first down. He's right there at the sticks.
Number 5, Daryl Cyprian.
Jane wrapped him up first, but the momentum carried him forward for the first down.
Tackle for the Patriots.
1st and 10 Eagles with 7:56 to go in the ball game.
Down for the Eagles.
And they're going to mark it at the 26-yard line.
My mom just texted me. She said, me too.
Come on, Miss
There
Barbara.
you go, Miss
Come on.
Barbara. My mama. Love you. Thanks for listening. Dad, Papa Ronnie.
At the 27-yard line.
7:47 and counting. 1st and 10. The Eagles are driving.
Time to shut them down here.
Yeah.
Need a turnover. Need a
Big
turnover.
time. They do the opposite to the left. Quarterback broke a play, but Barfield brought him up. Late flag. Oh,
Goodness gracious.
Matthew James will get kicked out.
Did he throw a punch?
Looked like it. He's already walking. He already knows he's walking to the sideline.
He headbutted him.
He headbutted him. Okay.
I'll tell you what, he is getting a riot act.
JT said, get your butt out and go sit over there.
Coach Fallbacher.
Yep.
Now he done cost us 14 yards, and he might have to sit out next week. That's a bonehead play that was.
Oh, goodness.
Undisciplined.
Now,
Can't have that.
you just, sometimes
Can't have
you
that.
get caught in the mix of the play, and, we don't know up here what's being said, happening, the fist flying. You just can't do it.
Right.
Doesn't matter what happens.
Walk
you just
away.
got to hold your composure, walk away, and look. And the thing is, most of the time, Kevin, they never catch the first guy. They always catch the second guy. So don't be that guy that gets caught at the end.
No.
Ask Jerry Godfrey. He was always the first guy. Jerry was always the first guy.
He didn't get caught.
Let me tell you something, man. When I was in high school, we go watch Tulane games. And Jerry, this is how he got off the pile. Hands up in the air, like, hey, look. And he'd be pointing. He'd be pointing like this. He's just cracking up laughing.
1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. Quick sweep near side.
Nice job
Great job.
stringing it.
Think I have a tackle for loss. Yep, Valentine got him.
Donald Clay. Let me see, number 50. That is, I forgot, Deshaun Williams. Good job, linebacker. He's a junior,
Deshaun.
6 foot. Deshaun, excuse me. 6 foot, 195 pounds. Good job of them getting in there, making a play for a loss.
Question here: have we not scored in the second half last 2 games? That is correct.
Yep, that is.
But the loss goes back to the 17-yard line. Loss of 3.
17-yard line.
Second down, 13, 6:49 and counting. Fan also says, "Hey, Patrick Morton wasn't too bad." No, it wasn't. But you know what? That year we were mass people just give Reed.
Oh man, we were just.
We pitched one time that whole year.
That team was unbelievable.
Muley back to pass, looks near side, under trouble. He's in trouble, and he's going to go down.
Get that ball!
Ball's on the ground! Ball's on the ground! And
Yes! We got it! We got it! Dominic Brown!
Dominic Brown got it. So the defense makes a play with 6:26 to go in the ball game. It'll be 1st and 10 Patriots at their own 30.
Exactly what we needed. We said it. Get that ball. Turnover. Great job. Defense comes up big again.
Here's a question. Do we have any real head buster defensive guys like Vic Valoria, Tony Boo, and Kenny Young? Yeah. I'd say Angelo, Clofer.
I can tell you this.
Barfield,
Angelo,
they're playing like it.
Clofer, Barfield, even Joshua Valentine. He'll get in there and hit you. He's had a great game tonight. No, we have some true defensive guys that, they would play on a bunch of the teams that we've had in the past, for sure.
Yes.
Some good players, really good players.
All right, 1st and 10 Patriots from their own 31-yard line, 69 yards to pay dirt. Got to punch it in there, boys. And they call timeout.
And, of course, we haven't seen Ogeron the last couple weeks, but he's a heck of a defensive lineman as well. He'll be back next week.
Yep. So timeout Eagles, 6:25 to go in the ball game. It's the Patriots 14, Eagles 0.
Kevin, I also want to say thank you once again to another one of our sponsors, Exit Realty NOLA Premier. Go check out the website at www.exitrealtynola.com. Give Kel a call. He's the broker owner, 504-298-3948. They're a full-service brokerage firm, residential, commercial, and leasing. They have cutting-edge tech to help buyers and sellers. They offer retirement and beneficiary benefits for all the agents. Go check them out, 2200 Veterans Boulevard, Suite 206 in Kenner. Or give them a call at 298-3948. That's www.exitrealtynola.com. They're licensed by the Louisiana Real Estate Commission. Each office is independently owned and operated. Exit Realty, we appreciate your support of the Patriots.
Got a fan's opinion saying Kenny Young the best linebacker, no doubt, not up for debate. Well, that's tough to say. He's probably the best athletic linebacker, but he also had Duke Riley, very athletic. But I got guys like Stonebreaker, Russell, Marlboro, Wetzel, Merla, Doug Carter, a lot of guys from back in the day, Bobby Powers.
That is a tough debate. Let's put it that way.
Yep. Get the inside. Guggenheim, faked it. And he runs around the corner for the first down, got it to the 44-yard line.
Ooh, Shane Goings looked like he broke through the pack.
Yep.
Wide open, and Colin kept it out the outside. Nice first down gain. But Shane Goings, he could have took it for 6.
Now, how will say this? Kenny Young and Duke Riley probably covered sideline to sideline faster than any linebackers in school history.
Well, I was going to say that too. Kenny Young had a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. He's a bigger, stronger, more physical kid, but he was also fast. He'd also come downhill and hit you. So he was a very good player. But as far as saying the best, that's a really tough debate. You talk about Curtis linebackers, we've had a lot.
Exactly. Twins to the right. We'll go to the right. McCready in the quarterback.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah. Stonebreaker. Well, how about this? Let's go to 84 defense. They shut out of 15 games, shut out 10 teams, 7 consecutive, gave out 37 points. when you went to the 4-3, you had Merla, Stonebreaker, and Russell.
Stonebreaker and Russell. Unbelievable.
LSU, Merla, Stonebreaker, Notre Dame, and Russell at Houston.
Merla was what was he, a 100 meter hurdle champion?
110 meter.
110
Came
meter
in
hurdle
second.
champion.
Whoa.
And he, but I tell you what, but even from there, Kevin, we've had some really good football players, just good guys that were head busters. You talk about even on that team, you got Kenny Young, Duke Riley, the little thumper.
How about this? Scott Bailey, Greg Dubrock, they went to LSU.
I'm telling you.
Oh, they're big guys. No, look, don't get wrong. Kenny's there. Where do I rank Kenny? He's up there, but you can't.
It's hard.
Errors.
It's a hard.
Look, I love Kenny to death, but it's hard to say like who's the best quarterback, best running back. It's all errors and who you play with.
Well, and I'll put it to you this way: Kenny, his sophomore and junior year, was still learning the position a lot. He still had a long way to go. When he moved inside and he could be a dominant guy his senior year, he was that. He was very dominant. And guess what? That's why he's playing in the NFL.
Eric Thomas, now they said Kenny was a thumper. No, Kenny wasn't a thumper. Eric
Thomas was the thumper. Kenny had a little bit of thump in him, and he could run sideline to sideline.
Right.
And like I said, when he learned the game, he was a very good player.
Right.
But that's
all right, the linebackers you play with.
I had Vic Valoria. I had guys like Mike Paulin. I had Emil Gant.
Yeah.
Let me try to think of who else.
Yeah, Gordon.
The Borderlines are having an argument. Which team was better, 84 or 12?
Can't argue that either.
I know.
That's tough.
But 84 was some tough dudes.
Yeah.
We'll come back in a second. Second down and 5. Guggenheim hands it off to Wren. He held the first down. He's at the 44-yard line.
Let's just say it like this. It's tough to compare because just like I said, at quarterback or at linebacker, they were better or different at things. 84 was probably a tougher team. 12 was so talented. They had so much speed and talent all over the field.
And it's not the 12's fault. They were playing, both were in AA, but the talent that they played against in 12 wasn't like the talent they played in 84. Right. How to say that. 84 offense ran up ungodly amount of points. Yeah. Probably one of the most, until the team in 12 scored 677. But, hey, it's an interesting topic, though.
Yeah.
First and 10 from the 44. Guggenheim keeps it, ducks it. He's to the 40, 35, 30. Dragging the guy 25 to the 21-yard line. Refused to go down. And we'll have it first and 10 with 4:55 to go.
And you could say what was that, the 06 team?
Number 13.
That beat Hoover? Who was that?
06, yep.
06 team. They were a heck of a team too. There was just a lot of talent.
85, 84. Well,
you get those certain teams that have. That was like my freshman year. The senior baseball team. It was like last year's baseball team. Yeah. You get one of those years where you have a lot of seniors that graduate, you're going to have a good team.
People aren't talking about this. The 79 and 80 teams were salty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, some of the first getting it done.
Yeah, great deal. But Clarence LeBlanc and Bua, they didn't really play. They were more safeties.
Yeah, Bua was kind of an in-betweener, but he was a tough player. He could run too.
Going around the right corner. Regular tackle. He's at the 15.
He's got some wiggle. He's got some wiggle.
Touchdown.
Nice run. Woo! Just guys are spread all over the field. Look at them. They got 3 guys still laying on the ground. Shane's shaking them to death. Nice job.
4:23 to go in the ball game. Goins extends the lead to 20-0 with the PAT pending.
And I'll say this about Bua too. Bua was a transfer. He played for us for 1 season, and he was a safety for us. He was a better player in college.
Right.
When he really found like a true rover position, he was kind of an in-betweener guy, and then of course played in the NFL for a year or two, kind of at the same thing. He was a little small to be a linebacker, probably a little big, maybe a little too slow to play safety in the NFL, but just a great high school and college football player. So, yeah, I mean, you can go on for this for another hour. But, man, we had some really good teams and a lot of good players.
Here's the PAT high snap. Down, place, kick it up. It is good. So with 4:23 to go in the ball game, the Patriots 21, the Eagles 0.
The extra point try is good.
And for that scoring drive, guys, I want to say thank you to Plum Street Snowballs. Go check out Tony Curtis at 1300 Burdette Street in New Orleans, or check out the Metairie location inside Lafreniere Park concession stand by the splash pad. Coming here in pretty soon, she's going to have the annual pumpkin patch. Go give him a call. She'll give you a special group rate, field trips, anything. So for your next party, birthday event, go to the best sweet treat in the business. Tony Curtis, 504-256-3298. Give her a call, 256-3298. Tell her Danny, Kevin, and Robbie sent you. Plum Street Snowballs, we appreciate your support of the Patriots.
Danny, after that turnover, the Patriots went 4 plays, 69 yards in distance, 1:59 off the clock. Goins with a 22-yard touchdown. McCready's PAT makes it 21-0, but that was set up by that nice long run by Guggenheim when he refused to go down on that first down run. it's hard to argue errors, but if you want to say that the 2012 team and the 84 team, if you just want to say just toughest as far as tougher players, I'm going with the 84 guys.
Yeah, we had another linebacker, Jason Smith. He graduated, went to Cali, played at University of Cal. He was a heck of a football player. He's an actor now. You saw he was on the Dr. Pepper commercial last year with Too Sweet. Too Sweet. But yeah, we had some good players.
Here's a question: who's one of the hardest baseball players?
One of the hardest hitters.
We've had some good ones through the years.
Man,
we've had a few that play professionally. Not to the majors, but minor league ball and collegiately.
Yeah, we've had some good baseball players too. And talk about running the option. Well, I'll get to it after this.
All right.
Terry Steve, well, I'll let him kick off.
Yep. Greedy's kick to me deep. Fielded the 1 yard line. 10, 15.
Ran right
comes
past
near
him.
side. Tackled at the 20-yard line, and that was number 14. Let me identify him real quick for you. That's Kimball. Go ahead, Danny.
Terry Stevens was a quarterback when I was there as well, and he ended up moving to receiver, but Terry was a very, more like a Chris Jackson, very athletic quarterback that could run the option very well, but he was probably even a better baseball player.
Yeah.
He was a center fielder, could hit, lead-off guy, could steal bases, so he was a very good
Here's one of our better option quarterbacks. Coach Corey said the best 8th grade option quarterback, though he didn't play quarterback in high school,
Right.
and then got kicked out, went to Bonneville, was Steve Rahaj.
Yeah, yep.
And ended up playing football at LSU. But Coach said he was the best option quarterback in the 8th grade.
How about that?
Who knows? But
yeah, never know what he could have
there's
been.
a picture. You see the black and white picture when we played Patterson in the '79 championship game with
He's
Reggie
hanging
Dubrock. With Reggie Dubrock, the other guy is Rahaj in that interception picture as a sophomore. Yep. Draw play up the middle, nowhere. Maybe one. Barfield brought him down. Here's a suggestion: we should do a depth chart of the all-time JC football players. You know what? Too hard. Too hard to do.
Somebody chimed in, said Lance McCann was a great quarterback.
He was. He went to Arkansas.
He was before my time, but I'm sure he was because I've heard his name plenty.
On the 80 team, yep.
Yep.
He was a big, tall guy like Billy and you.
Yeah.
A big ball and physical. Yep.
That's second down and 8.
I wouldn't.
He had Camila Ford and Greg Dubrock at running backs.
Yeah.
They were studs.
Nothing wrong with that.
Second down 8.
We'll let him run the ball today.
All day long. Dropped the ball.
Ball on the ground.
Oh,
right
he
there.
picked it up and got smoked.
Nice job.
Oh, my goodness.
Who was that right
I
there?
don't know, but we just put a WWE move on him.
Antonio Alexander, linebacker, stepping up, getting in the mix, number 8.
The quarterback refused to go down, but the
tackle.
lineman picked him up and slammed him.
I tell you what,
One on the play.
Antonio, I
Third down,
think,
9.
let me see here. Antonio's a junior, linebacker, 5'10", 185 pounds, very, very athletic, very strong kid, too. Heard a lot about him. He's going to be a good player for us next year as well.
3 minutes to go in the ball game. Third down 9. Split twins to the right. Muley rolls to his right, comes near side. Oh my goodness, he held Valentine, didn't call it. Caught at the 25-yard line, broke 1 tackle, 2 tackles. Valentine, check this out. Valentine almost had the quarterback sack, kept on running, and makes the tackle at the 30-yard line.
Very good hustle. You got to love that as a coach. Guys that have a motor, get after the football, make some plays.
Yes.
That puts the ball at the 30-yard line. It'll be third down and about 1.
I want to give a shout out to
Fourth down.
Dale Gottschalk's Construction. They're watching the game at Bobby Seafood. We'll be joining you guys within about an hour and a half. Y'all keep the party going for us.
We don't stop at the drive-thru on the way.
Ooh. Little reverse. Nowhere. Number 8 got him.
Yep. There again, that's Antonio.
Yep.
Antonio Alexander, Jr.
For the Eagles.
Get his time to shine, making some plays.
Tackle for the Patriots.
All right, here's a thought. All-time depth chart running back with Chris Howard, Wells, McKnight, Dupart is hard. Well, you also add, Greg Dubrock, Brian Chipola, Randy Brown, Mike Corcoran,
First down and 10.
Richard Parker.
At the Eagle 31-yard line.
That's was in the 80s and the
Yeah,
70s.
I was
And
about to
Camila
say,
Ford.
What about guys that played?
Well, Ostrecker and Dubrock in the 70s. I mean, it's hard, man. Well, I'll tell you what. How about this? Frank Cabrera, the first 1,000-yard rusher in
Frank
1973.
Cabrera, and then you got guys like back here most recently.
Raquan James.
Tulane, played at Tulane.
Sherman Beatty.
Those guys are players.
Miles Washington before he went to quarterback.
Yep. That's a tough debate.
That's almost like the offensive version of
But here's
linebacker.
the thing. A lot of times we try to give it to guys that, let's say, played in the NFL, you know, like Wells or Howard or stuff like that, that doesn't necessarily mean that they were the best high school players.
No.
You know, you got a lot of high school players that were gritty, but just smaller, maybe weren't as fast. But, man, I would play with some of those guys any day. I'm not discounting what Jonathan Wells and Chris Howard were because, trust me, they were beasts. They're in the top 5 for sure. But my point is, you get some guys that were just great football. I guarantee you, they were better guys that played, you know, than some of the guys that we have at the top of our list. But they didn't really go on to play out. They were just pretty tough guys.
Guys who just salted earth, just warriors.
That's what I mean.
Colt Colettis.
Yeah, no doubt. Yo, Cole was a beast.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Second line offense is in. They moving the ball to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, I tell you, Aaron Pierce played with Jonathan Wells. He was just a small, shorter guy. But, man, he could return kicks, return punts, and just shake you to death.
David Pretty, Michael Stewart.
There's
so many. Way too
Danny
many.
Michaels.
Hey.
Come on.
How can you
not? Oh, come on now.
I apologize, Danny. You should have been the first guy we mentioned.
Come on, bro.
How'd y'all forget about him?
Seriously.
He
just texted both of us yelling at us. No, I'm joking.
Oh, he's talking about it. I promise you that.
Well, he's the only guy that actually got 3 miles in a ball game. So, I mean, you know.
That's true. He's still talking about that.
Love you, Danny.
Yeah.
Under a minute to go. 3rd down, 3 from the 23.
Come on, let's go score.
Power play to the far side. That's going to be number 22.
There you go. First
nice
down.
Back. That'll
Stop
be a
the
first
clock.
down. Ronnie Poole.
Stop the clock. Get up and get down. Let's go
41.6 to go. You guys stay with us. We'll have a brief recap and then tell you about next week's first home game at Tulane against Brother Martin.
The Patriots.
Of course, we want everybody there that can make it there, but if not, you can listen to us on JohnCurtisPatriots.com via YouTube. Power play near side. And it's Poole turning the corner. He's to the 10, to the 5. Down the 4-yard line.
Nice run.
25 seconds. We might not get another play off. Tell you what, that was a hard run there by Poole. Hey, we didn't mention Rodney Guggenheim.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
that's true.
there's so many guys.
I was just thinking baseball. Jason Howard's telling me, what about hitters, hard hitters? Ray Bridges, Brian Estes, Cade Veloso, Rodney Guggenheim.
Well, Richard Parker.
He said, don't get me started on pitchers. LOL. Because Jason was a pitcher.
Bricado, who was on the first season.
Yep.
He could hit it a country mile.
Randy Brown.
Oh, Randy Brown. I would say he's probably the fastest bat speed in the zone than ever. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Can we get it off? We're going to kneel it anyway. Doesn't matter. And that's it.
Great job.
That's it. That's ball game. The John Curtis Christian Patriots defeat the Parkview Baptist Eagles 21-0. Hang tight with us. We'll have our post-game wrap-up.
Guys, for our premier post-game sponsor, we want to say thank you to our good friend Frank Massico. He made the trip with his family up to Baton Rouge. National Temperature Control, family owned and operated with over 40 years of experience in keeping people comfortable all over the greater New Orleans area. Frank Massico Jr. and his son Frank III are NATE certified, fully licensed and insured, trained comfort specialists. They service all makes and models of heating and cooling equipment. Some of their services are annual cleanings, preventative maintenance agreements, monthly filter changes, indoor air quality, UV lights, sealing and installing ductwork, air grills, bathroom, and kitchen ventilation, and even provide 24-hour service. Give them a call at 504-467-0440. As I say, wake them up. They give you 24-hour service. 467-0440. Visit the website at ntcnola.com. National Temperature Control, we appreciate your support of the Patriots.
Before I go with the highlights, there's one more comment here by a very astute listener here. It says, Curtis football was played as a team with a guy doing his job. Nothing fancy about it. Just working together as a cohesive unit. I couldn't say it any better.
Ooh, I like that.
Who
is that? Give me a name. I like that.
As overachievers at times. Didn't always have the stud guys, but just guys that just did their job and played sound football. So I appreciate you bringing that up.
You know what's funny? Kevin and I said that exact thing on the way up here.
Yeah.
But that's what we are. That's what we used to be. And that's better. That better be what we still are today because just a bunch of guys working together, a common goal, and working their butts off and enjoying each other and loving each other and growing up best friends and wanting to do it for each other.
Here's a scoring recap. The Patriots got the opening kickoff, went on a 7-play, 73-yard drive, took 2:14 off the clock. Goins had a 1-yard touchdown run. McCready's PAT made it 7-0, and that was at the 9:40 mark of the first quarter, and that's how the first quarter ended. The Patriots scored one more time in the second quarter. 2:17 to go in the half. They capped off a 17-play, 80-yard drive, 7:41 off the clock. Ran with a 1-yard touchdown. McCready's PAT made it 14-0, and that's what it stayed at halftime. No score in the third quarter, though Parkview Baptist did have an opportunity. Looks like they were driving, but the defense bowed up, got a turnover, and they went on a 4-play, 69-yard drive, 1:59 off the clock. Goins had a 22-yard touchdown run, but that was set up by Guggenheim's 22-yard run, and McCready's PAT made it 21-0, and that is how the ball game ended. Parkview falls to 0-3 on the season. The Patriots improved to 3-0. Coach JT is now 5-72, 64-6. Danny, my keys to the victory, or what I wanted to see was we're going to get Guggenheim some playing shape. I thought we did that. And I wanted us to see us play 4 solid quarters of football. The effort was there, in my opinion. I thought we could be a little bit more crisp. Offensively, didn't punch it in when we had to at times. Defense couldn't get off the field at the end of the second quarter, third quarter kind of deal. Though we still pitched a shutout, got the victory, that's all you can ask for. I wish we could have got a little bit more momentum going into next week's game against Brother Martin.
It's a good assessment, and I think you're right there. You know, it's never as bad as you think, and it's never as good as you think. We would have liked to see a little bit more consistency throughout 4 quarters. They're going to put some more points on the board, but there are some really good things about this football team, some great highlights. And the good thing is, it's our 3rd game in the season. We're going to continue to get better and better each and every week. These guys are going to continue to coach them up. So let's see what we can do from here. Let's move on, get to Coach JT's big-time ball game next week. We're going to celebrate his 50th season at Yeoman Stadium against Brother Martin. The Patriot Nation Men's Club is going to be presenting something to him. So please, if you can, show up and support over there. It's going to be a great ballpark to play at. And then they might even do something special after the game. Who knows? Maybe on a little TV show you guys all heard of.
I think they will.
We'll see.
All right, the Patriots defeat the Eagles 21-0. Again, improved to 3-0 in the season. We open up Catholic League play next Friday, 7 o'clock at Tulane Stadium, or Yuma Stadium on the campus of Tulane. We'll have the broadcast for you. A 7 o'clock kickoff at JohnCurtisPatriots.com. We'll have the pregame at 6:45. So, Danny, any final thoughts before we sign off?
I'm good, brother. Let's get back to New Orleans. Go get some Bobby seafood.
Word. So I want everybody here in Red, White, and Blue to have a safe trip back to River Ridge. We appreciate you guys listening to us always. And also, hey, thank you to Walt Sanchez for joining us. I hope you guys enjoyed that broadcast. Right. And I hope you all enjoyed that Parade of Champions interview series. We'll continue to do that. And we try to mix it up with some older guys and younger guys. And, you know, the common theme is, is hard work, life lessons. I love my teammates or everybody in general, eat the same dirt. So I want these guys, the current Patriots, because I know they're going to go back and watch this game. The theme is always going to be the same. It's just how do you want your status in the Patriot history? What is your contribution is all I got to say.
How do you want your legacy to be remembered?
Exactly. Thank you. I couldn't get the words out, but that's exactly what I wanted to say. So we appreciate you guys listening to us. We appreciate you. So next Saturday, 6:45, that'll be September 21st. The Patriots take on the Brother Martin Crusaders. Until then, go Patriots.
God bless.